And we are back like we never left. We are just coming off a New York Knicks game in which the New York Knicks put up a big old stinker. And now here tonight, the Knicks will have to do it without the captain. So, with a big game ahead of them, NBA Cup game. If they lose this, they are effectively out. Teams that go 2-2 in the NBA Cup qualifiers usually don't make it. So, let's go ahead, start the show, and run through it. We are back. Yes, we are. An NBA Cup. Not just Friday Night Knicks, but an NBA Cup Friday Night Knicks. What a glorious night it will be, as the Knicks will look to get their first victory of the season without the captain. The first game he will miss all year. Hopefully the only game he will miss. Seems like the Knicks narrowly avoided disaster with Jalen Brunson only being ruled out with a grade 1 ankle sprain, which is not that bad. He is listed as day-to-day, and the next time he makes his appearance will be dependent on his pain tolerance. How much pain can he endure in order to play a basketball game? We know his pain tolerance is very high. We know he'll do whatever it takes to get on the court. He is quoted as saying once, earlier in his NBA career, if I can walk, I'm going to play. So Jalen Brunson's going to be hobbling around, ruled out here tonight. But maybe with the Knicks having 2 days off, they play Miami Heat again, but they don't play until Monday. So having the weekend off, they do have to travel down to Miami. Hopefully that Miami sun, that sunshine, getting to a warmer state as it gets colder here in the Northeast will help the healing of Jalen Brunson, as the Knicks will set out on a 5-game road trip starting with Miami on Monday. But before we get to Monday, tonight, the New York Knicks are taking on the Miami Heat. The red hot Miami Heat, without Bam Adebayo, without Tyler Hero. No Bam, no Hero, no problem for Mr. Norman Powell, who we will get to. But like every other night, we start where we always start. Unfortunately, we can't start with the captain, so we're not going to start where we always start. My man, Jalen Brunson, is ruled out tonight, unfortunately. The guy who's kind of been lifting up the Knicks offense for a while. It's time for everybody to step up. Right? Beginning of the season, malaise is done. It's over with. Get going. We're past the 10-game mark. We're halfway through November. We got 2 weeks to go, and I said, I'm not going to seriously criticize this team until the end of November, but we're creeping up to the end of November, so I need my Knicks to turn things around, right? To start applying themselves in a way that is much more reminiscent of this New York Knicks team. Lionel Monas, Susan, of course, appreciate you. Robin Shaw, Knicks and NYC. What's popping, everybody? Let's get to it. Let's get to it. We got a subscription for Christopher Kahn. What's up, Chris? Thank you for subscribing, my brother. Monique Johnson, appreciate you, Monique. Do Gucci, what's up, Do Gucci? Said, your outfits are bad luck for the Orlando game, terrible. Please wear sports gear, please. Brother, if the only thing you're worried about is me wearing sports gear, what about during the 5-game winning streak when I dress the way I normally dress? Whitewash, what's up, Whitewash? I know you got a Heat victory, Whitewash. I know you do. Maybe not high scoring if Brunson is out. Hopefully hopefully the offense is still able to run without Jalen Brunson, right? The same way the Heat's offense is still able to run without Bam or Hero. I know you have Norman Powell, and the Knicks don't have a Norman Powell, but I know you know. Daniel Tilson, Hattie, what's up? What's poppin', everybody? Justice's dad, what's up? But, of course, we can't start with Jalen Brunson, unfortunately, because he is out with an injury, out with the ankle sprain that he suffered the other night. So, we're going to have to start in a new starting point. And that's with the number 2 on the New York Knicks. Hopefully, can step his game up without the captain, knowing that his team is going to need him. That is Mr. Karl-Anthony Towns. Please walk on down, Karl-Anthony Towns, because boy, oh boy, are the Knicks going to need you here tonight. The stats are slowly creeping towards his normal averages and whatnot, although the shooting splits are still kind of middling outside of the free throw shooting. 43% from the field for Karl-Anthony Towns as a big is not very good. 37% from three-point range for Karl-Anthony Towns, knowing as good of a shooter as he is not good at all. Knowing that as the season progresses, he will inch closer towards his normal averages, but still, Karl-Anthony Towns has yet to have a Karl-Anthony Towns-esque game. Maybe tonight is the night with no Bam Adebayo, likely having Kel'el Ware guarding him with Mitchell Robinson out there. Hopefully, tonight is the night for Karl-Anthony Towns to show why he is one of the best players in the league. He is an All-NBA center. He is an All-Star. He is better than Bam Adebayo, who is not playing tonight. But Karl-Anthony Towns needs to come into this game in the Garden, NBA Cup night. All eyes on you. It is a primetime national TV game on Amazon Prime. Prime time here on Amazon Prime. The Karl-Anthony Towns needs to show up here tonight. Forget all the shooting splits, all the stats that the season has gone on, because he's trying to find his way into the offense, this new Mike Brown offense that we've been talking about for almost a month and a half now. Oh, a month. We've been talking about it for a month now. Actually, a month and a half, because we started in early October with the preseason. So about a month and a half now, we've been talking about Karl-Anthony Towns needs to adjust to the offense, give him time. Now that goes out the window with Jalen Brunson out. Now you need to show up and show why you are a star. You need to be a star tonight. Because I know Norman Powell's going to show up and be a star. I know the Miami Heat are going to be ready to go because their NBA head coach is the best coach in the NBA and has been for years now. And he's going to make sure everybody's ready to go. Robert Badikin Lanes. What's up, Rob? Sergeant Bobby, appreciate you. Appreciate you, Rob. Appreciate you. Karen, of course. What's up, Karen? Ricardo, my man Ricardo. Sire Love. What's up, Sire Love? We get over to OG Anunoby, and OG Anunoby's coming off of probably his worst game of the season. He took 2 shots in the first half, both of them from three-point range. My man was not getting downhill. He was not attacking the basket. He did not look good defensively, which is obviously a sign of fatigue, because when OG Anunoby does not show up defensively, something is very much wrong. Probably tired. It was the second of it back-to-back. I believe it was the first back-to-back of the season. Could be wrong about that. No, I'm pretty sure it was no, they had one other back-to-back. No, I think it was the first back-to-back of the season. I'm losing my mind. Either way, OG Anunoby did not show up well. Look, this is a guy shooting about 40% from three-point range, 48% from the field to start the season, and he took 2 shots in the first half, and he did not look good defensively. Very much of a sign of a tired team the other night against the Orlando Magic. So expect OG Anunoby to have a bounce-back game here tonight, because that is what New York is all about. You throw up a stinker, it happens, NBA's a long season, but you better bounce back the next game, or else we're going to be on you. Everyone's due one. Everyone's due one, even if everybody has it on the same day as they did against Orlando. Because speaking of not having it, Mr. Consistent, the guy I've been raving about all season long. Oh, he's been consistent. He's been the go-to guy. You know, him and Jalen Brunson have been the 2 guys who've been most consistent, who bring it every night and doing their jobs to the best of their ability. All of that. And my man went right back to Mr. Invisible last night. Not last night, 2 nights ago, as they lost to the Orlando Magic for the first time at home this season. So, like I said about OG Anunoby, coming off a stinker, 15, 5, and 5, pretty damn good averages for a 4th guy, 45% from three-point range. With Jalen Brunson out, Mikal Bridges looked just like last season when Jalen Brunson went out. Give me the ball. I'll be the on-ball guy, especially with Deuce McBride in the starting lineup now. We know Deuce McBride is not a natural point guard, doesn't naturally play great as a ball handler and distributor and setting up the offense. So, expect Mikal Bridges to have the ball in his hands a lot tonight. And we know this is a free-moving offense and whatnot, but expect Mikal Bridges to do a lot of the ball handling, a lot of the initiating so far to start tonight. Pinecone Bliss, what's up, Pinecone? Appreciate you, brother. And, of course, we get over to my main man, Mitchell Robinson, who did not have a great outing against the Orlando Magic, and against a big team like the Magic, you really needed Mitchell Robinson to step up. Although he did his job statistically, you look at the stats, scored a couple of baskets, had a couple of putbacks, had a lob from Jalen Brunson, knocked down, snagged some rebounds, had 4 or 5 offensive rebounds again. My man, Niall Dimitri, with a very generous super chat again, as always. Niall Dimitri, I very much appreciate your generosity, my man. He said, hello, Sheffy, let's go Knicks. Yes, sir, Niall, yes, sir. Should be a big night for the Knicks. We get to see what they're made of, right? I talked about in the Orlando game, good teams are capable of winning a lot of basketball games playing their style. Great teams are able to win basketball games when forced to play outside of their style. you can win basketball games in multiple ways. And when you can get to that point as an NBA team, you jump from good to great. Right now, the Knicks are in good. They were in good for pretty much the entirety of last year. And they got to the playoffs, and then they became great during the playoff run. So hopefully, it doesn't take all season and a playoff run in order for the Knicks to figure out how to be great. We need to learn how to be great as the season goes on, and they're not there yet. They're a really good basketball team, extremely talented, although missing one of their best players, and their most important player in terms of their ball handler, their superstar, their go-to guy, everything that the offense revolves around is the greatness of Jalen Brunson. And without him, you need guys to step up, and that's going to be even including guys like Mitchell Robinson, because you're not going to get the quality of looks that you would normally get with Jalen Brunson out there. So expect a lot of Mitchell Robinson battling on the glass for some offensive rebounds. We get over to Josh Hart, and Josh Hart is also going to have to take a lot of the responsibility in terms of being a playmaker and a guy who comes down and sets up the offense and is more of a leader on the court without the presence of Jalen Brunson. Josh Hart, one of the best playmakers and ball handlers and leaders on the team, is going to have to step up. And we know Josh Hart is ailing. He's got his own ailments. He said so as much as the other night. He will make sure we don't forget it. We won't forget it, Josh Hart. I know you got the finger thing, and that's messed up, and that's tough, and I know you're battling through it, and you're going to battle through it all season long, and I salute you for it. We know you got a back issue. We know the knee was bothering you last year. I get it. You're 30 years old. You're probably looking like, I just want to be home and play with my kids and hang out with my wife and all the things, and I get you, Josh Hart, but we got a season on the line here in New York. So I need you for the stretch where Jalen Brunson is out, and that's including tonight, and maybe most importantly tonight as we take on the Miami Heat in this NBA Cup game, to step up and give us a Josh Hartian type of effort here tonight, because boy, oh boy, are we going to need it. Foong Pei, what's up, Foong Pei? So beside you're like, because you like ketchup, appreciate you, Foong Pei. And we get to the starter here tonight, in for Jalen Brunson as starting point guard, Deuce McBride, my man Miles McBride, Miles Deuce McBride, point guard from Virginia. We know all about Deuce McBride, 8.4 points per game so far this year, 2.4 rebounds, 2.6 assists. All of this is perfectly fine, but now thrust into a starting point guard role that he normally doesn't necessarily thrive in. He thrives in playing alongside another point guard. Tonight, he'll be playing alongside a lot of Jalen Brunson and probably maybe even some Tyler Kolek, maybe even some Jordan Clarkson. Usually plays alongside Jordan Clarkson. But with Deuce McBride stepping into this role, I wonder how his personal role is going to change. Is he going to look to be a lot more aggressive on ball? Is he going to look to be a lot more aggressive as a scorer? Is he going to try and be more of a dribble drive impact player versus usually hunting three-point shots the way he normally does? So it's going to be interesting to see how Deuce McBride attacks being named the starter here tonight in the absence of Jalen Brunson. Jordan Clarkson is also going to have to step up. I mean, it's going to be by committee. When your best player goes down, everybody's got to step up. And the best team to take note of that is the Miami Heat, who, of course, we will get to. But with Jalen Brunson now, expect Jordan Clarkson to get also a lot of minutes off the bench, especially considering he's been playing extremely well. Outside of the Orlando game, nobody really played well that night, outside of maybe Jalen Brunson, although he also didn't really play well. He did score a lot. He did try and put the team on his back. But, of course, if you don't have a ton of help and everybody's kind of middling, at best middling, and at worst flat out being bad, he didn't have a ton of help, including Jordan Clarkson, who had a little bit of a stinker. But like we went over with OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges, you throw up a stinker, everyone's due one every now and again. You got to go out and redeem yourself. Big night, national television game. I expect JC to shine tonight, especially off the bench, going up against a guy like Drew Smith. Hopefully, even a Davion Mitchell matchup with his size, his athleticism, his smarts, his veteran know-how. I expect a guy like Jordan Clarkson to show up tonight, especially when the Knicks are going to need a scorer at the point guard position. We know that's not necessarily Deuce McBride's strength, and so when Jordan Clarkson comes into the game, he's never going to be Jalen Brunson, especially at this point in his career, 33 years old. But with the percentages rising, he's been shooting it very well recently. 47% from the field, 37% from three-point range. These would be, not career highs. I don't think career highs, but this would be season highs, especially for the last couple of seasons that he spent over in Utah. So, where the shooting splits were very bad. So I expect Jordan Clarkson to continue his good play here tonight, trying to redeem himself off of the really poor effort he and the rest of the Knicks had against Orlando. We get to Landry Shamet, and Landry Shamet's been a weird case for Mike Brown so far the last couple of games, just because I like Landry Shamet. I like when Landry Shamet's in the game. He provides really good stuff. He's a really intuitive, smart off-ball player. can knock down a three. He's knocking it down at an incredible efficiency so far to start the year, 43% from three-point range. That's all I really care about with Landry Shamet. I don't care about this number right here. This could be 2%. It wouldn't be 2% because a lot of his shots are from three, obviously, but this could be 20% from the field, 40% from three-point range, and I'm perfectly fine with that. I don't care if this man can't make a layup. As long as that three-point shot is going down and he's flying around, moving around, relocating, looking for the open space, and also being a feisty defender, I'm perfectly fine with Landry Shamet. When I'm not so fine with Landry Shamet is when he's the first substitution off the bench before Josh Hart, before Deuce McBride. Starts to get a little weird. He's not the sixth man that I think Mike Brown. Now, obviously, rotations are different. He's coming in from Mitchell Robinson. They're trying to spread the court. But, I want Deuce McBride in that spot more so than I want Landry Shamet. And I like Landry Shamet, don't get me wrong. But stop with the love affair with Landry Shamet for now. Chill with that. Don't make me dislike Landry Shamet, Mike Brown. Don't do that. Don't do to Landry Shamet what Tom Thibodeau was doing to Josh Hart. Don't overplay him, right? He's great in his role. He's good in his role. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. We get over to Gershon Yabusele, and we talked about it. My man is the odd man out, the 10th man in the rotation. That's fine for now. The stats aren't there so far this year, mostly because the shooting splits aren't there. Although, believe it or not, 30% from the field and 28% from three-point range, shooting percentages are actually on the rise. He knocked down a couple of shots in garbage time the other night and actually bumped up his shooting stats, so pretty solid. Now, Dimitri, I see you delete a message now. I got you. I can read it out right now. Hold on. Don't do that. There we go. My man now, Dimitri, said, the reason why the Knicks lost to Orlando because back-to-back games, the Knicks are terrible. In back-to-back games, they were exhausted, and Orlando took advantage of that. Yeah, but back-to-back games happen. That doesn't mean you're allowed to get blown out and play terrible. You still got to show up. You still got to put in a fight. Those guys look like they didn't want to play. That's not an excuse. You got embarrassed on your home court. Come on. Show up. Play better. And with that being said, we're going to get over to the Miami Heat. And with Bam Adebayo out, we're going to jump right ahead. Same we did with Jalen Brunson. Like Tyler Hero, same we did with Jalen Brunson and Bam Adebayo. We're going to jump right ahead because all three of those guys are not playing here tonight. But we do have a star in the building outside of Karl-Anthony Towns, and that is Norman Powell. Oh my goodness. No Bam, no Hero, no problem. Powell has even improved from his unexpected leap last year. That's right, improved. The unexpected 30-year-old leap from Norman Powell. When was the last time we saw a guy in his 30s take a leap to stardom? Right? He's not necessarily a superstar, but to stardom. My man was a sixth man elevated to a starter, elevating himself to legit star, averaging so far with Miami 25 points per game as Bam and Hero are out. And not only is he upping his usage, upping his volume, all of the things. The percentages, the shooting splits are also on the rise. 94% from the foul line, 47% from the field, 46% from three-point range. And this is on volume, mind you. And we're over 10 games into the season. This man is not a fluke. He's going to shoot over 40% from three-point range this year. My goodness, has he been on an absolute tear. Every time he rises to shoot, I expected to go in. That's how well Norman Powell has been playing. Felix Cepeda, what's up, Felix? Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for the subscription, my man. We get over to Andrew Wiggins, and Andrew Wiggins is a little bit of an enigma in the NBA. I feel like Wiggins has been trying to find his game his whole career. Average defender on most nights, but then sometimes he shows up and he's an absolute lockdown defender and you can't get by him. With an unreliable jump shot, and then every now and again, he's knocking down 4 or 5 threes a night. He can be hit or miss, right? Some nights he's got it, some nights he's don't, and that averages out to him being like a really, really solid starter. 18 points per game, 5 boards, almost 3 assists, 1.3 steals, 0.9 blocks. Again, solid defender, but some nights he's okay, and then some nights he's absolutely dominant. It's like he picks and chooses where the matchup is. 53% from the field, 40% from three-point range so far this year, only 63% from the foul line. Maybe this is just a rising tide lifting all ships kind of situation where everything is going right for Miami so far to start the year outside of the injury bug to their 2 stars. But Andrew Wiggins just feeding off and playing off of the positive vibes and the positive energy and the fast-paced kind of style that the Heat are playing on, and the fact that they're not relying on him a lot. Like, he can be a play finisher, the ball can swing over to his hands and he can make a play out of it, but they're not like Andrew Wiggins, we need you to step up, because we have Norman Powell. We have Jaime Jaquez, who we'll get to, playing the way that he's playing. And so if you don't have it tonight, Andrew Wiggins, just focus on the small things. Focus on rebounding. Focus on knocking down an open three. Focus on playing good defense and staying in front of your man, right? Oh, he doesn't have it defensively either? Okay, we'll switch Jaime Jaquez onto him. You worry about help side stuff. You worry about, this guy who's the secondary scorer who's not as good as an on-ball guy. They have ways of hiding Andrew Wiggins. They have ways of displaying and showcasing Andrew Wiggins. It just depends on the matchup, and it just depends on the kind of Andrew Wiggins that they're getting that night. And I think Eric Spoelstra is the perfect guy to take advantage of a guy with the temperament that Andrew Wiggins has. We go over to Nikola Jovic, and this should be Jaime Jaquez. I need to bump Jaime Jaquez in the pecking order here when I go over these guys. But we get over to Nikola Jokic, who's been fine so far to start the year. Almost 10 points per game, almost 5 rebounds per game, about 3 assists per game, 2 turnovers, which isn't great, but it's fine. He's a young player, 22 years old, still learning. 42% from the field isn't very good. 31% from three-point range isn't very good. Jovic hasn't made the leap that many people are waiting for. Still solid, but it feels like there's still a lot more upside to the 22-year-old. I mean, he does have a guy on his team in Norman Powell who made a leap at 30 years old, so best believe I'm not selling any of my Nikola Jovic stock. But it would have been nice to see a leap if you're a Heat fan for Nikola Jovic so far this year, but he's just been solid. Pinecone Bliss said, hoping Wiggins shows up tonight. He's been hitting clutch shots for the Heat all season. He's been solid. Pinecone Bliss said, no comment on Nico. He's been okay. Right? Hasn't taken necessarily the leap that I think a lot of people wanted him to see, but he's not regressing at all. He's still just really good. He's just good. He's just a good role player right now. I think they want to see him continue to improve as he gets older. Again, only 22 years old so far. 6'10", power forward, can also handle a little bit and slide down to the small forward. So he got size with versatility there with Nikola Jovic, who can step out and knock down a three. So there's a lot to work with Nikola Jovic. He just hasn't gotten to that point yet. We get over to Kel'el Ware, the other young guy who they're looking to mold and get better. And with Bam Adebayo being out, Kel'el Ware has been stepping up. A little bit of an uneven start to start the year. He was okay. Had a good game, bad game, good game, bad game, middling game, stuff like that. 10.5 points per game, 9.2 rebounds. The rebounds started to shoot up, especially after that Cleveland game. He grabbed like 16 or 17 rebounds in that game. He was fantastic. A steal, 1.3 blocks. He's being active defensively as a defensive playmaker. 52% from the field, 73% from the foul line, 36% from three-point range. Maybe not a true stretch big yet, but the potential to be a true stretch big where you really have to get out and guard him at the three-point line. He also has the size and touch and finishing ability to be able to play on the inside as well. Doesn't necessarily have the strength and whatnot, but does have the length and the size to be an interior presence as well. Also, being much better rebounder and a much better defensive anchor with Bam Adebayo being out. He's learning very quickly. He's learning very well. The thing with Kel'el Ware that was always an issue coming out of college, the reason why he wasn't a lottery pick and he felt a little bit lower to the mid-round, so Miami could snag him at that pick, was the motor issues, the motor questions, I should say, maybe not issues, but the motor questions with him coming out of Indiana, where he was initially at Oregon, transferred to Indiana for a second year to maybe get a bigger opportunity. The questions still lingered, and he's in the perfect spot. If there were ever motor questions with a young player, Miami's the team to go to get that kicked out of you. So, progressing well. He's fine. Stats are similar to what they were last year, if not slightly improved. But watching him on a night-to-night basis, I haven't watched him on a night-to-night basis, but I've seen a couple of Miami Heat games, and I will say, he does look better, playing better than he did last year overall, being a little bit more consistent, and that's going to come down to his motor. And that's nice to see. Chris Baskerville, I just butchered your name completely, Chris. Christopher Baskerville. What's up, Chris? Appreciate you, brother. We get to Jaime Jaquez Jr., and with all the stars out for the Miami Heat between Bam and Hero, not just has it been Norman Powell stepping up the way he has. Jaime Jaquez Jr. has been phenomenal. I mean, if he was a starter on this team, I'd damn near say, so far to start the year, I don't think he's an all-star, but he's like on that short list of guys, or that long list of guys, I should say, of like, hey, you know what, shout out Jaime Jaquez Jr. He kind of is playing at an all-star level, especially off the bench. He's going to be in consideration for Sixth Man of the Year. That's how good Jaime Jaquez has been. 17 points per game off the bench, 7.2 rebounds, and 5.1 assists. My goodness. Can he buy a basket from three-point range right now? Absolutely not. I mean, the guy has been like a 32, 33% three-point shooter throughout his career. So this number will actually progress to the mean. He'll actually shoot it a little bit better, which will be better for his statistics and whatnot, but he's not settling for the three-point shot like I wrote here. Jaquez is realizing his full potential in year 3. His refusal to settle and the Heat's new offense is allowing Jaquez to thrive by attacking the paint over and over and over and over again. And it's not just allowing him to thrive with his scoring, but the man is making smart passes. He's making good decisions, 7.2 rebounds. He's attacking the glass, passing to his teammates while not turning the ball over an insane amount as well with the higher, maybe not higher usage, but utilizing his driving ability a lot more and trusting his decision-making. My man's making good decisions. 52% from the field, so he's knocking down his shots when he does drive to the basket, not settling for jump shots. The 17% from three-point range is obviously not good, but it's also on low volume. The man is not settling for a lot of three-point shots so far. He knows it's not a strong suit of his game, and he's not going to allow the defense to bait him into taking a bunch of threes, which is very good for the Miami Heat. He talked about how he watched a lot of film in the offseason to realize what was working for him, what wasn't working for him, and what he needed to improve on, and you could tell the fruits of his labor are bearing fruit right now, because this is fantastic. An incredible bounce-back year for Jaime Jaquez coming off of one of the bigger sophomore slumps we've seen in the NBA in a while. Had a really good rookie year, slumped it all the way through his second season, and then here in the third season, he's right back to being fantastic off the bench for the Heat. We get over to Davion Mitchell, and if you haven't been paying attention to the Miami Heat, you may look at some of these stats and go, wait, Davion Mitchell, not Donovan Mitchell. Davion Mitchell's doing this, 10 points per game, 7.3 assists per game. When did Davion Mitchell become a true point guard? He's not necessarily a true point guard, but the man has clearly worked on his point guard skills and his decision-making, and obviously the Miami Heat offense is allowing him to be more of a point guard, not having to have a ton of point guard responsibilities, playing alongside Jaime Jaquez, Norman Powell, Andrew Wiggins, guys like that who could also play, make, and handle the ball and bring the ball down and set up an offense as well. Mitchell has carved out a space as an undersized defensive guard who doesn't give an inch. They don't call him Off Night for nothing, right? They don't give him that nickname for anything. They didn't just say, hey, that's a fun little nickname. Let's give it to Davion. No, this man is a true, I'm not going to give you an inch. I don't care if you're 6'10". I don't care if you're 6'1". I don't care if you're my size. I don't care if you're 5 inches taller than me. It does not matter. I'm not giving you an inch. His offense is starting to come around as he's learning to become a lead guard. 7.3 assists to 1.8 turnovers is fantastic. That's not good. That's pretty great. That's on that edge of great. This is what you want to see from your starting point guard in the NBA, especially as a guy who's not your star, who all you're asking him to do is take care of the ball. Make good decisions, get it to our scores, and take care of the ball, and he's doing exactly that. Under 2 turnovers and over 7 assists is what I like to see. A 3-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio. 37% from three-point range as well. He's knocking down his open ones. They swing it to him. He's open. He's firing it away. He's knocking it down. Almost 50% from the field. Again, he's taking smart shots, not playing outside of himself. He didn't see Tyler Hero was going to be out to start the year and go, oh, okay, it's Davion Mitchell time. Like, no, he stepped in, played his role. He's been fantastic so far to start the year. I got nothing but positive things to say about Davion Mitchell. He's actually becoming one of my favorite guards in the league right now. We get over to Pelle Larsson, who's just a solid off-the-bench guy. But with Miami Heat down a couple of dudes, we had to go over some of the deeper rotation guys for the Heat with, when Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo come back. I don't know if Pelle Larsson is going to continue to be in the rotation, but as of right now, he's been really solid in the rotation for them. Larsson is another 3-and-D archetypical type of guy, but, working on the three, but also working on the defense. He's just a big hustle, energy, effort kind of guy. Young player whose shooting and defense are about average. He does just enough to be your 10th or 11th man. He's solid, not great at anything particular thing, but 55% from the field, 35% from three-point range. Solid, it's good. 9.6 points per game off the bench is fantastic, right, for the position that he's in. Gucci, what's up, Gucci? Felix Apeda, my man Felix. It's like watching the news, but with basketball. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Gucci said, get a Knicks tee, please. Brother, I got plenty of them. We get over to Simone Fontecchio. Fontecchio has been shooting the lights out of the ball. My goodness, has Fontecchio just been an absolute sniper recently. 11.5 points per game off the bench. A lot of that is just him sniping it from three-point range. You could tell how close his three-point percentage and his field goal percentage are, and that's because most of his shots are coming from the field. because he's going to rise up to shoot from three. Doesn't care if he's contested. Doesn't care if it's off movement. Doesn't care if he's leaning out of bounds, out of the corner, top of the key, on the wings. It does not matter if my man has any bit of airspace. He's going to let it fly. And at 6'7", he's got also really good size in order to get those shots off. Fontecchio is a solid 3-and-D player with good size and length, shooting it very well to start the year. Again, he's an end-of-the-bench guy, probably ahead of Pell Larson in the pecking order and whatnot. When Hero and Bam come back, I assume Fontecchio will still be the 9th or 10th man in the rotation. But Fontecchio started off his career in Utah, made his name as a big wing, 6'7", who can knock down threes at a very, very high clip. Got traded to Detroit and was solid for Detroit for a bit. And then as Detroit started to build out their roster and whatnot, Fontecchio kind of lost his spot in the rotation, ultimately making his way here to Miami Heat and refining himself with that three-point game and his role here on the team. He's fit in seamlessly with what Miami has wanted to do, especially since losing Duncan Robinson. Hip-Hop, what's up, Hip-Hop? David? David with an E, what's up, David? Simone Fontecchio is an Italian? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hip-Hop said, I'm in the building. Let's go, Knicks. Beat the Heat. You're in the building? Yes, sir. Hip-Hop, give us the good luck. And that's going to wrap up our little pregame coverage. We are just a couple of minutes away from tip-off. What's popping, everybody? Let me know. As Hip-Hop said, how's the vibe? How's everybody feeling going into tonight? Right, coming off a loss against the Orlando Magic in which the Knicks were almost really never into it. Joe, my man, Red Leg of the Soul. What's up, Joe? Right, the Knicks were never really into the game. As a matter of fact, I know the Miami Heat played Cleveland again the other night. We watched the first game, Heat versus Cleveland, to see Miami's incredible winner at the buzzer on the lob pass. But if we quickly go over to here, the Cavs did beat the Miami Heat 130-116 to get a bit of a revenge there. As Donovan Mitchell did not play in that game. Albert, what's up, Albert? Isaiah Gardner, my man Isaiah. What's up, Isaiah? So Miami's also coming off a loss, same night the Knicks lost. So both of these teams looking for a bounce-back game. Both of these teams looking for a little bit of revenge to get their frustrations out after a disappointing loss. The Knicks more disappointed in their loss to Orlando than I'm sure Miami is because they just came off a game where they beat Cleveland. Although they were playing Cleveland without Donovan Mitchell, so maybe it's a little bit more of a disappointment in that game as well. Both teams looking for a bounce-back victory either way here tonight. It is in Madison Square Garden. We are going to get the NBA Cup floor. I did see the side of it. It is very blue. It is very blue, although it's not like a deep blue. I kind of like it. It's definitely better than last year where they made them go with the orange. Other games we have on the docket here tonight, Nets playing the Magic. 76ers Pistons yet again. Can somebody beat the Pistons, please? I think they won 9 in a row now, or 8 in a row. They're looking for 9 in a row tonight. They won 8 games in a row. They're on an 8-game winning streak. So can somebody beat the Pistons, please, 76ers? Who would have thought I'd be rooting for the 76ers tonight? Romeo Kincaid, what's up, Romeo? Take the hat off, you look ridiculous. Hey, brother. We out here having fun. Eamon Owens, what's up, Eamon? David Haas Jr., my man. Need a big win tonight for the Emirates Cup? Yes, we do. We do. Got to take the Emirates Cup seriously, especially with the Pistons being down as many guys as they are. I mean, the players to watch Isaiah Stewart. He's having a fantastic year, Isaiah Stewart, but, come on. Can somebody beat the Pistons, please? The Bulls let us down enormously the other night. Warriors Spurs later tonight. Again, another rematch game they just played recently. Clippers Mavericks going on. Battle at the bottom of the barrel over there in the Western Conference. Lakers Pelicans. Lakers should get an easy one here tonight against a really struggling Pelicans team. K Hazy, what's up, K Hazy? I don't know how to feel about tonight because I still don't have a feel for how our team will play with the season. Very true, K Hazy. I have a similar feeling as well, K Hazy. I just don't know what to expect, especially now with a Brunson-less team. How is this team's offense going to operate without the guy at the center of the offense, right? We're obviously going to lead more into Bridges and Towns and Anunoby, but are those guys going to be ready to step it up here tonight in this offense where Jalen Brunson attracts so much attention, especially as an on-ball guy? Kevin K, what's up, Kev? He's got to wear the chef hat. Let him cook, as they say. Yes, sir, Kev. Yes, sir. Some people just like to live their life with no fun. But that's just them. That's just them. Go ahead, wear your sports tees. That's fine. I got plenty of them. You'll see me wear them as the season goes on. But you would never tell Clyde Frazier to turn the swag down, right? Kings Timberwolves is another game. Hornets Bucks. Giannis is playing tonight. Rockets Blazers. That's an interesting one. That's probably the second best game here tonight outside of Knicks Miami. You got Blazers Rockets. Should be an interesting one. With the Blazers playing pretty well so far to start the year, 6-5. Gucci said that outfit ain't fun. Speak for yourself, brother. 76ers Pistons is obviously the other game to watch. So we have 3 games we're probably going to keep a close eye on tonight between Heat Knicks, 76ers Pistons, and Blazers Rockets. Heis Waksanov? What's up, Ice? The Just Blazers? Felix said, remember last year when Jalen was out 2 weeks and OG dominated, scored 30 points a game for 2 weeks? Yeah. That was a much simpler offense where we put the ball in OG Anunoby's hands and we were like, you're going to have to do a little bit more until JB gets back. I'm interested to see how the offense is going to look without Jalen Brunson, who's at the center of it as a big-time ball handler and attention attractor. How is the offense going to look without Jalen Brunson out there, right? For a 48-minute game. Obviously, we've seen how the offense looks when Jalen Brunson goes to the bench and whatnot, but Knicks wearing their what jerseys are these? The City Edition jerseys? The I don't know. The black and orange jerseys they got going right now, they're okay. Don't mind them. Don't love them. Don't mind them, though. Here we go with the tip. The Knicks win the tip, and Mikal Bridges will bring it down. Here we go. Bridges has it up top being guarded by Pelle Larsson, who's got the start. Bridges picks up his handle, gets it out to McBride. McBride, jab step, coming to his right for Robinson screen. Step back, three-point shot, right corner, high arcing, well short, can't get it to go, hit the rim. Long rebound over to Ware, hit ahead to Larsson. Larsson is that Jovic? I think that's Jovic. They swing it over. Wiggins, a right wing 3 over Mitchell Robinson, can't get it to go. Anunoby can't snag the rebound. No, he does chase down the rebound as Kel'el Ware had his fingertips on it, but Anunoby rips it away. Over to Towns, a deep straightaway 3, comes up short. Kel'el Ware with the rebound. We're bringing it back the other way. Davion Mitchell, quick hit ahead to Norman Powell. I don't think you want quick shots against this Heat team because they want to pick up the pace, and the Knicks aren't very a fast-paced team. They get it over to Kel'el Ware in the little drop-off pass, and he banks it in. Good drive from Wiggins. Good dish from Wiggins along the baseline. And this is not our score. My goodness. That was the other night's score. But Miami opens up the floodgates, knocking down the first 2-point basket. Towns out of the left corner, attacking Wiggins, draws the foul on the floor, so it'll be side out of bounds. Mark said, damn, fast start to the game. 2-0. Minute in. It's also not the fourth quarter. My bad, y'all. My bad. It's also not the fourth quarter. Not the third quarter. They get it into Robinson. Robinson hands it off to McBride. McBride coming to his right up the Robinson screen, and they call a moving screen on Mitchell Robinson. A little bit of a sloppy start offensively for the Knicks. As long as they started off on the right foot defensively, it's what we want to see. Mark said, just got home from happy hour. Hopefully it's a good Friday, Mark. Hopefully we got something to continue to celebrate, my man. Hip Hop said these jerseys are fire. You like the jerseys? I think they're cool. I think they're probably the best black jerseys the Knicks have had so far. Wiggins a left wing 3. He missed one from the right wing, knocks down one from the left wing. And now Deuce McBride will bring it down on a 5-0 start for the Heat. McBride up top coming to his left off a Robinson screen. Davion Mitchell guarding him. McBride gets it over to Bridges. Bridges coming to his right off a Robinson screen, driving it down to the baseline, has nowhere to go, gets shut off nicely by Larsson. Now McBride has it in the post against Davion Mitchell. A little fall-away mid-range shot, high-arcing shot, can't get it to go, an air ball. Davion Mitchell's not really the guy you want to attack there in a one-on-one situation, especially when you're the same size as him. Davion Mitchell, an excellent defender. They swing it over to Norman Powell, a high-arcing 3, can't get it to go, but they call a foul on OG Anunoby, and Norman Powell is going to go to the foul line for 3 free throws with the chance to start the game on an 8-0 run for the Miami Heat. Prime optimization. What's up, Prime? I need 4 points from Norman Powell and 2 rebounds from Robinson in the first 3. First 3 quarters? or first 3 minutes. Kwame Robertson, what's up, Kwame? Also, we don't have the game cast up for you guys. I'm slacking. It's NBA Cup night. I'm ready to get back into the action. We didn't have a game last night. A little rusty. David, what's up, David? Don't forget Deuce is your guy. Deuce is my guy. But the Knicks offense has been sloppy so far to start. It's been sloppy. You gotta expect that it's going to be a transition for the Knicks without Jalen Brunson out there. First time this season with a new offense. We'll figure it out as the game goes on, hopefully. Manuel Mercado, what's up, Manuel? Let's hit the like button, guys. Appreciate you, Manuel. Norman Powell makes 2 of the 3. He missed the free throw. Okay, luckily he missed the free throw. McBride rushing it down, hands it off to Towns. Towns hands it off to Bridges. Bridges off the handoff up top to McBride. McBride coming to, fakes the screen. Over to Bridges, back to McBride, wide open 3, good screen from Robinson off ball, too strong, can't get it to go. Robinson chases down the long rebound, they get it out to Towns. Towns being guarded by Mitchell. Towns has it up top, he's going to put Mitchell in the post, attack along the baseline, he draws 2, steps out, cross-court pass to McBride, extra pass to Anunoby, he's going to set his feet and fire, gets chased down, blocked, Anunoby picks it up, 2 on the shot clock, gets into the mid-range, puts up the jumper, can't get it to go. Robinson with the tip, can't get it to go. Robinson with another tip, can't get it to go. Tips it back to himself, another offensive rebound out to Towns, he's going to pump fake, sidestep, 3, finally we got a shot to go down, y'all. It took Mitchell Robinson 3 offensive rebounds, but we got one to go down. It's 7-3. Now that the floodgates have opened for the Knicks on their basket, maybe we can get the offense going. Pell Larson puts up a floater over Towns. Good defense from Karl-Anthony Towns. Robinson and yet another rebound. What's he got, 5 rebounds already? McBride on the right wing being picked up by Mitchell. McBride coming to his left off the Robinson screen. Stops, steps back, over to Bridges. Bridges, jab step, swings through to his right, along the baseline, goes under the basket, curling around, gets caught in the air, kicks it out to Towns. Another 3 for Towns. Not bashful tonight, and that's 2 in a row for Karl-Anthony Towns, the big bodega, getting us started with back-to-back 3s here, 7-6. Now we're back into it. Davion Mitchell over to Larson, a left wing 3. The Knicks got to get out there, miscommunicating on defense, just losing track of them. Nothing complicated for the Heat there, just a swing pass over to the wing, and he knocks it down, had enough airspace to feel comfortable enough to get it up. The Knicks have to get much more physical out on the perimeter. Bridges has it up top, coming to his left off the Robinson screen, snaking it back to his right hand, driving it down, stop, mid-range pull-up jumper, swishes it over Khalil Ware. Good move from Mikal Bridges, getting to his tried-and-true mid-range jumper. Here comes Davion Mitchell, bringing it down, right side of the court, being picked up by McBride. Mitchell up top to Wiggins, swings through to his left, crosses over to his right on Towns, leans in, puts up the floater off glass, and he banks it in. Back and forth affair here is now both of these teams are getting into their offense and getting the shots that they want to get right now. Which team is going to wake up first defensively? McBride crosses over to his left, gets it over to Towns. Towns feeling himself, going along the baseline. A lot of contact, draws the foul. No, I think they're just going to call it out of bounds on Wiggins, and the Knicks will be side out of bounds. Hip Hop said, not off to a good start. I think the start is fine. They're finding their way. First game without Jalen Brunson in a new offense. They're finding their way. They get it over to Towns. Towns on the right wing. Hands it off to McBride. Coming to his left, curling off the handoff, gets to the paint, kicks it out to Shamit. Ball knocked out of bounds by Larson. It's going to remain with the Knicks with 7 on their shot clock. 7:48 to go. Hip-Hop said Deuce is not a PG. No, we know this. Hip-Hop. We're not expecting Deuce to be the PG tonight. You're going to have to get point guard by committee, by everybody. They get it in the Shaman in the left corner, now out to Towns. Towns is going to fire yet another 3, gets blocked by Khalil Ware, comes up short. Anunoby with the offensive rebound, though, and he dunks it through as Norman Powell thinks he boxed him out or thinks his teammates are going to grab the rebound and lets go of the box out, and Anunoby just sneaks behind him as nobody grabbed the rebound on the air ball, and he just dunks it down nice and easy. 12-10. Back and forth affair here. Davion Mitchell on the right wing, over to Larson, back to Mitchell. Mitchell up top being guarded by McBride, crosses over to his left, leans in, kicks it in the corner. Khalil Ware spreads it out to 3. Khalil Ware too strong, can't get it to go. McBride with the weak side rebound, bringing it down now. Up top being guarded by Mitchell, coming to his right, off a Towns screen. Pocket pass to Towns, down the lane, scoop layup, gets it to go down, and my foul, Karl-Anthony Towns is being the star we need him to be. No Bam Adebayo, you have to take advantage of the young big and Khalil Ware and take him down low and show him what an All-NBA center is all about. What you gotta do, primetime television, show up and be a star, my brother, and he's doing that so far. Going to the foul line now with an opportunity to give the Knicks their first lead of the game. Mark said, I just rubbed my Timberland boots for good luck, y'all. We need it. We need all the good luck we can get. George Jones, what's up, George Jones? Karl Anthony Towns at the foul line, knocks it down, toilet bowled in. Was rolling around the rim, but he got it to go down. I love when we knock down our free throws. 7 minutes to go here in the first. Time is flying by. I love good, fast-paced NBA action here. Two teams just converting and playing good overall offense and defense as Bridges reaches in, gets the steal. Bridges, bounce pass, Anunoby catches, goes up, layup, smokes the layup, fight for the rebound. Knocked over the backboard. And last touch by the Knicks. So the ball is going to go back to Miami here. And the Knicks look like they're going to use the challenge? Maybe not. We do have a timeout here. Our Gamecast here is reading the Heat called their full timeout. You would think that maybe Mike Brown would have used the challenge there if he felt confident about that being Knicks ball. But either way, as of right now, as far as we understand it, it should be Miami ball coming out of this timeout. Just that said, the blue court looks ridiculous like a video game. I will say, I don't like the colored courts at all, but I will say just that at least this court is better than last year's orange court. Was not a fan of the orange court last year. I will tell you this, if you think like the NBA teams want to do this, they don't. This is a mandate from the league officials. There was a report from beat reporters last year with the Knicks. I think Ian Begley wrote about this or talked about it on a podcast where the Knicks reached out to the league office and they were like, can we do like a cream color? We don't want to do orange and we don't want to do blue. That's too vibrant of a color. It's going to look ridiculous. The Knicks reached out to the league officials or whoever they reached out to. The commissioner, who knows? Adam Silver doesn't do anything anymore. But they reached out to somebody, reached out to the league, and they were like, can we do like a cream color, like it's an off-white, and then have like maybe orange or blue, like accent colors, like maybe just do the outlines, the lines around the three-point line, like orange or blue or something. And they were like, no, it's got to be your primary colors, so it's got to be orange. So, NBA teams, I'm telling you, don't want to do this. The league is mandating they have to do it because they want to make NBA Cup games feel different just by you turn the game on and you see a wild, crazy color court and you're like, oh, it's an important game. It does look a little ridiculous, but I will say, getting used to it. I am getting used to it. And the Knicks blue does look better than the Knicks orange from last year. Orange was rough. Lionamona said too early to challenge? Probably. I don't think they challenge because if they did, it would be a Knicks timeout, not a Heat timeout, but either way. Hey, Hazy, the orange court was nasty. A lot of teams had nasty ones last year. Hip Hop said, gonna need a 40-piece from Towns tonight. I would love it. Like I said, if there's any time for Karl Anthony Towns to step up and remind everybody why he's an all-NBA center, this would be the time. With no Jalen Brunson, this would be the time. Darnell, what's up, Darnell? We got some Friday Night Knicks going on. Big night, big game. Hattie said, how confusing can these colors make the gameplay? I will say, forcing the Knicks to use orange last year was a bad, dumb move with an orange basketball. I would argue you would have more of an impact if they changed the color of the ball. Like if they went back to an ABA style ball with the blue and white. Like if they just did red, blue, and white again on the basketball. Like if you turned on a basketball game and you saw that the basketball wasn't orange. Like first of all, you could sell that. That's merch. You can't do anything merch-wise with the court colors. Change the color of the basketball to indicate, oh, this is a different game right here. Hip Hop said the NBA Cup is a joke. It doesn't take anything away from the season. It only adds value, even if it's a little bit of value. SW, what's up, SW? The ball is orange. They don't make the soccer ball green on grass. Very true. Very true. Very true. Anthony G&T, what's up, Anthony? Let's cook up a big win tonight. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Need a bounce back win. It would be disappointing to lose 2 in a row. To get it into Josh Hart, who has subbed into the game. Josh Hart, along with Jaime Jaquez. Josh Hart coming to his left off a town screen. Kicks it out. Landry Shaman relocates right corner 3 wide open. Knock me down, Landry Shaman. Way to start the game. Knicks bouncing back after a slow start at 16-12. Norman Powell has it up top being guarded by Bridges. They swing it over to Larson. Up top to Powell. They swing it over to to Mitchell. Now over to Jaquez. Back out to Mitchell. Mitchell swings it over to Powell. A deep right wing three. Good defense. He comes up short on it. Good box out from Towns. Josh Hart rips it away, and we're bringing it down the other way. Josh Hart has it on the left wing, being guarded by Jaquez. Josh Hart dancing with it, coming to his right off a Town screen, sprays it over. Bridges an open right corner three, comes up short. I need you to get back to knocking down threes. Mikal Bridges, he started off the season hot, and he's starting to cool off now. They swing it over to Davion Mitchell, who spots up. Knocks it down over the outstretched hands of Deuce McBride. Got to get out a little bit stronger than that. A confident pull-up three from Davion Mitchell there, though. 16-15, both of these teams trading blows, going back and forth. Some really good offensive execution from both sides. McBride has it up top, being guarded by Jaquez, hands it off to Bridges. Bridges coming to his left up top to Josh Hart. Josh Hart over to Towns in the high post, being guarded by Ware. He faces up. Towns catches, pump fakes, driving it down now in the lane, loses the handle, but somehow finds its way to McBride. He draws the foul and gets the layup to go into the basket. They might have to give Karl-Anthony Towns an assist there. I don't think that was a proper pass. I think it slipped out of his hands, but we're just going to say, nice pass from Karl-Anthony Towns. Well, we're going to give him the assist anyway. I don't think it's going to be an assist, as Towns got a little smile right now because he knows he just had some serendipity happen to him, but either way, McBride's at the foul line for one more after converting the layup. McBride, ball bounces on the rim a couple of times as he can't get the free throw to go down. Can we knock down our free throws, please? Norman Powell pull a three over Landry Shamet. Good defense, did not matter. Better offense from Norman Powell as he knocks it down square between his eyes over the outstretched hands of Landry Shamet. Norman Powell's so good this season. So good the past two seasons, but this season he's been phenomenal. Bridges on the right wing, dancing around a Town screen. Sprays it over to McBride, extra pass in the corner to Josh Hart. Josh Hart being guarded by Powell, coming to his right. Gets it over to Towns up top. He steps out to the three-point line. Pump fakes. Driving to his right. Euro steps to his left in the lane. Flips it up with the left hand. Got it to go. He's looking for a foul. He's not going to get it. But Karl-Anthony Towns is on one right now, knocking down that floater. Norman Powell dancing with it on the left wing, being guarded by Bridges. A pull-up three for Norman Powell. Oh, Norman Powell's also feeling it. Anything you can do, I can do better offense right now. Miami and New York trading blows here tonight in the primetime start to the night. The first primetime game here tonight, here on Amazon Prime. The marketing is right there for Prime time game. The marketing is right there. King Don, what's up, King Don? Where's Jordan Clarkson? He's probably checking in any minute now. Prime optimization said Norman Powell is not looking too good, obviously. James Moon, what's up, James Moon? Simon Ja, what's up, Simon? I'm back with you again. Let's go, Knicks. Yes, sir. Simon, yes, sir. Bridges has it up top. Robinson has subbed back in. Bridges down the lane. Stops. Little fall-away pull-up jumper. Got it to go. Switch through. Way to get to your spot and knock it down. If the three is not there, give me the mid-range jumper. Jaime Jaquez has it on the right wing up top to Powell, being guarded by Hart. They swing it over to Mitchell. Mitchell leans in. Step back. Mid-range jumper. Air balls it. Loose ball. Good. Box out from Landry Shamet to save the rebound. They swing it over to Clarkson. Right corner three in transition. Clarkson in and out. Can't get it to go. Robinson, offensive rebound. Has it down low. Tries to kick it out, and he does get it out to Josh Hart. Josh Hart has it up top, going to restart the offense. They swing it over to Shamet, back up top to Josh Hart. Josh Hart swings through, knocks it out of his hands. Shot clock winding down. Josh Hart over to Bridges, swings through, steps back, left corner three on the step back three. Too strong, can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Mitchell able to grab it. Mitchell pushing the pace. Gets it over to Jaquez, middle of the lane. Back out to Mitchell. Pass fake, driving it down. Kicks it out. Khalil Ware, straightaway three. As he's the big man trailer, and he knocks it down as Miami retakes a 2-point lead here. 24-22 with just under 4 minutes to go, as we did not restart our timer, but just under 4 minutes to go here. Josh Hart has it on the right wing. Up top to Mikal Bridges. They swing it over to Clarkson. Clarkson is going to need to step up in the absence of Brunson. Coming to his right off a Robinson screen, and they call a moving screen on Mitchell Robinson. His second of the game. Robinson frustrated. Maybe frustrated with himself. Who knows? Mark TV, what's up, Mark? New sub, I love the channel and your bright presence. Appreciate you, Mark. Appreciate you. Relic said Clarkson getting hyped, revving up. I hope you're gonna need a lot of Jordan Clarkson if Jalen Brunson's gonna miss extended time here. Mark said that's an illegal screen. Yeah, you know. If a guard gets clipped on the hip or the leg of the big man setting the screen, usually they call a moving screen at that point. Jaime Jaquez driving on Mitchell Robinson, draws the foul. 3:30 to go here in the first quarter. Jaquez to the foul line for 2 free throws. Mitchell Robinson now sitting with 3 personal fouls. Not good. Not good. He's been dominating the glass so far. He's got 6 rebounds already. He's only played a handful of minutes. But with 3 personal fouls now, likely see him go to the bench. Towns is at the scorer's table. Robinson going to come out. King Don said Knicks should be careful to heat 3-pointers. Yeah. We've seen the Knicks struggle to guard the 3. A lot of that is the new defensive scheme where the Knicks are playing heavy in gap and relying on their wings to jet out and cover the space to get on the 3-point shooters. Bridges is good at it. Anunoby's good at it. Everyone else, not as good at it. And so the Knicks overall from 3-point range have not been that good of a defensive team at all so far to start. Towns has it up top. Let's see how they adjust as the season goes on, if they adjust at all. Towns up top, gets it over to Shamet. Shamet curling to his right off of Towns' handoff. They get it over to Josh Hart. He's going to pump fake, put his head down, attack against Jaquez. Puts up the floater, can't get it to go. Long rebound, ball is loose. But Drew Smith able to pick it up, and he shot out of a cannon, pushing it the other way. Over the top pass to Jovic, who's checked in, being guarded by the much smaller Shamet. Behind the back pass to Jaquez. Throws up the hook over Josh Hart, and he gets it to go. Great pass from Jovic there. Great cut from Jaquez, and a good finish over the Josh Hart, who closed the airspace well. But Jaquez using his size and length to finish over Josh Hart. Bridges hands it off to Shamet. He puts up another 3, can't get it to go. Didn't love that shot there. Not a bad shot, but didn't love it. Jaquez bringing it down. Has it up top, attacking Josh Hart in the open space. Kicks it up top. Jovic spots up for a straightaway 3. Jovic shoots up an air ball. Ooh, not a good shot from Nikola Jovic. Thought that one was going in. 2:30 to go here in the first quarter. 28-22. The Knicks are going to get the ball back here. Well, they will get the ball back after this full timeout for the Miami Heat. That's 2 timeouts for the Miami Heat so far here tonight. 2:30 to go here in the first quarter. Hip Hop said 4 on 5 on offense every time Robinson's on the court, shaking my head. Brother, it is not 4 on 5 when the big man cannot leave Robinson's side, because if he does, it's an automatic offensive rebound. You cannot leave Robinson's side because the guy shooting the ball, whether he misses it because the big man comes over to help, because in your opinion they're playing 4 on 5. Now Robinson's going to snag that offensive rebound and either get the easy putback, or he's going to kick it out to an open shooter, because that's when you get most of your open 3-point shots off offensive rebounds, and you're going to end up with a wide open 3-point shot. Is that 4 on 5 basketball? Because then that's 4 on 5 going the other way. Trying to relocate and find shooters as they spread around Mitchell Robinson, because they know he's going to snag that offensive rebound. The value of Mitchell Robinson is so incredibly high that it does not matter that my man can't take a shot outside of 5 feet. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Same way it doesn't matter that Steven Adams can't knock down a shot out of 5 feet, because he's one of the best rebounders in the league. Same with Mitchell Robinson. He has the same impact. The reason why he continues to play for an incredibly large Houston Rockets team that does not need another big man, especially a big man who doesn't dribble, isn't a very good passer, although he's a better passer than Robinson. The reason why Steven Adams continues to hang around the league is because you can't keep that man off the glass. Same way you can't keep Mitchell Robinson off the glass. Chris Basketball said Mitch knows his role. Yes, he does. Does not step outside of his role. The Knicks offense was moving and grooving when Mitchell Robinson's on the court. And now that he's not on the court, guess what? The Knicks struggling a little bit to find some open shots. Wonder why that is, huh? Pinecone Bliss said that Nico 3 was so bad. Just a weird, uneven season from him so far. UNGB Ike. What's up, Ike? If they let Mitchell Robinson play and not heavy on the whistle, he'd average 20 boards off the bench alone. Yeah. I mean, look, if you wanted to watch a master rebounder, like my man is a true master rebounder. Look, and we all know the limitations of Mitchell. I'm not telling you he's awesome as an overall basketball player. The things Mitchell Robinson does well, he is in the top like 1% in the NBA at doing those things. He is literally in conversations for the best in terms of the things he does well. As a rim protector and as a rebounder, and particularly as an offensive rebounder, but overall rebounding, he's still incredibly good, right? I think his defensive rebounding gets slept on. I think his boxing out gets slept on, right? The other things he's not very good at. That's fine. But he is literally the best in the league at those one of the best in the league at those 3 things. Rebounding, rim protection, and boxing out. If you can game plan around the things he does not well, right? The phrase I always go to is the sign of a good coach is a coach capable of accentuating his players' UNGB Ike. Appreciate you, Ike. Welcome to the welcome to the show, brother. Thank you for the subscription. John Mosgrove, what's up, John? Right? To me, the sign of a good coach is always the ability to accentuate his players' strengths and hide their weaknesses. Now, it's obviously easier said than done, but that is, to me, the sign of a good coach. So if you can accentuate Mitchell Robinson's strength as a dominant rebounder and hide his weaknesses as a limited offensive player, then you're going to get the best out of Mitchell Robinson. And the Heat come out with a little full court press here. They get into Towns in the middle. He's got open space, bounce pass to Josh Hart into the rim, goes through the reverse layup, gets it to go, and the Knicks easily break that full court press. Not a good way to come out to start that after that time out there. But Jaquez driving it down, kicks it out. They swing it over to Jovic, down the lane, swing through. Scoop Blade with the left hand, got it to go past Towns. Towns did a good job not to foul. Not a good job keeping him out of the paint, but did a good job not fouling him and giving them the and one there. Good drive from Jovic. Bridges has it up top. They swing it over to Shamet. Shamet on the left wing. Get it into Towns in the post, being guarded by Wiggins. Backing him down. They show two. Now they leave. Backing him down. Drop step in the paint. Throws it up off glass. Beautiful big man move from Karl-Anthony Towns down there in the post. You don't see a ton of drop steps like that anymore. Beautiful move from Towns. They get it over to Jaquez. Jaquez over to Jovic. Quick, over to Fontecchio. Quick catch and fire. Can't get it to go. Towns with the rebound. Here comes Josh Hart. Josh Hart. Cross-court pass. Clarkson, beautiful pass from Hart. Good pump fake. Driving it down. Gets caught in the air. Swings it out to Shamet. Extra pass to Towns. Towns going to set his feet and fire from three. Wide right. Can't get it to go. Wild loose ball. Bridges saves it off of the foot of Drew Smith, though. And the Knicks retain the possession as they continue to dominate the possession game so far here tonight. Hip Hop said, thankfully this is the last season of Robinson's contract. Hopefully they can bring him back, brother. That's what you mean. I'm rewriting it for you, Hip Hop. I got you, brother. Hopefully they're able to bring him back. I know what you mean. They get it into Josh Hart, hands it off to Towns. Towns down the lane, puts up the little floater, got it to go past Jovic. And Karl-Anthony Towns, the biggest man on the court right now, the other tallest player for the Miami Heat is Jovic, and he's not a matchup for Karl-Anthony Towns at all. They get it up top to Jovic. They try to swing it around. Bridges with the fast break steal, and he's going to get, oh, he blows the dunk. Bridges, what are you doing? And now Miami's going to bring it down the other way. Jovic has it up top to Wiggins. Wiggins, jab step, coming to his left, puts up the three off the bounds. Too strong, can't get it to go. Josh Hart comes flying in for the rebound. Home run pass to Karl-Anthony Towns. He's going to Euro step down the lane, and Towns throws it to nobody, trying to get too fancy. No, they're going to say it was tipped. Towns picks it up and fires and knocks down the corner three. We'll take it. We'll take it. It was definitely probably a travel, but we'll take it. We'll take the open three. Towns definitely just missed past that ball. Nobody tipped it, but we'll take the three. Fontecchio out of the right corner trying to answer, and he does just that. So maybe we should calm down a little bit. 33-31. I love how back and forth this game has been. Both of these teams not giving an inch. They're missing some stars. It does not matter, though. These teams are going at it right now. An incredible game so far. Shaman on the right wing, pulling it back, being guarded by Wiggins, swings it over to Bridges. Bridges up top, hands it off to Clarkson. Clarkson being guarded by Jovic. Clarkson looking for somebody. He's going to go one-on-one, driving it down in the lane, stops, pump fake, goes up, gets swatted out of there by Jovic, but they call a foul? They call a foul, maybe on Fontecchio on the reach now, because Jovic had to clean up top. Mark said, we will take it. Mark said they're 5 from behind the arc. Ugh. They got great shooters, Mark. They got great shooters. Knicks got to get out on them. Knicks got to get out on them for sure. George Jones said cat pass to himself plus 1 assist. That's 2 assists Karl-Anthony Towns is not going to have, as Clarkson misses a free throw. What happened? We were knocked down from free throw. The whole team. We were knocking down our free throws. Now we're struggling from the foul line. Towns subs out here. What happened? What happened to the free throw shoot? It's going to piss me off. Joel Palin, what's up, Joel? Rio Wild 05, what's up, Rio? What color are you? I don't know what you mean, brother. I'm clearly all red right now. Miami bringing it down after Clarkson did knock down at least that second free throw. Drew Smith has it up top. Smith gets it over to Jaquez. Jaquez being guarded by Josh Hart. Crosses over, down the lane, stop, leans in. Little follow away over Josh Hart. Excellent defense, can't get it to go. Drew Smith with the offensive rebound goes up, draws the foul, and he's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. With 1.7 to go here in the first. Hip Hop said incoming 40-piece for Towns. Listen, if they're going to allow Karl-Anthony Towns to pass the ball to himself from inside the paint, then pass it back out to himself, out to the three-point line, he's literally doing it all. He's driving it down to the paint, kicking it out, going to grab the ball from the three-point line, and knocking down the corner three. Literally, it's entirely just him. Drew Smith knocked down the first free throw. He's got one more coming. Blind Tay, what's up, Tay? Never late, Tay. Never late. Always welcome. Jay, what's up, Jay? Do you think our height will be an issue as we move through the season? I think our guard height, maybe. I think our guard height could be a bit of an issue. Can sometimes be mitigated with the height of our wings. We got good size on our two wings, but it's really just the two wings. So, yeah, I think part of the reason why they took Dottier, part of the reason why they took, as a home run pass over to Bridges, a half-court heave, front of the rim, can't get it to go. Great attempt from Mikal Bridges. Good play from the Knicks to get it over to him. Drew Smith did knock down both of the free throws, so our end of the first quarter score is 35-32 here. Great first quarter. Niall Dimitri again. Appreciate you, Niall. Incredible generosity. Appreciate you. He said, Sheffy, I want the Knicks to win it. Make it happen. I'm doing my best. I'm sending all the positive vibes, all the juju that we need to the New York Knicks in order to pull off this victory here tonight. Mark TV said, we need more of this type of play from Cat. Too inconsistent right now. Absolutely. Look, if there's any positive thing when your best player goes down with an injury, if there's any positive thing that you can take out of the situation, is that it gives the opportunity for the other guys to step up and then maybe gain some confidence. It's like, wait, it doesn't have to be all this guy. We don't have to rely on Jalen Brunson all the time, right? Because I think sometimes the team, and maybe it's just reverting back to 5 years under Tom Thibodeau and what the offense was before, of just give the ball to Jalen Brunson and get out of his way a lot. But hopefully, how do I want to phrase this? I'm thinking of how I want to phrase this without being disrespectful to Tom Thibodeau, because I do like Tom Thibodeau and I wish him the best, but I'm happy we moved on. But I think Mike Brown has been trying to instill this confidence in every other player on the team of, like, the actions that we run are to get everybody involved. Whether the ball is meant to come to you or not, running an action where maybe you set the screen and then flare out to the corner is to keep the defense honest, being like, okay, he's setting the screen, we're switching it, now he's going to fade out to the corner, I got to pay attention, so that maybe it opens up a lane for Mikal Bridges to hit a jab step or come off a handoff and be able to get into the lane, and then maybe the defense is drawn in and I can kick it back out to you into the corner. So everything you do is intentional, and hopefully we get to the point where, and look, and there's been spots during the season where Towns was aggressive, and there's been spots where Bridges was extremely aggressive, and Anunoby's been extremely aggressive. But hopefully we get to the point where Jalen Brunson can have a game where he takes 13 shots and we win by 25. You know? Jalen Brunson's actually taken more shots this year than he did last year. And we know how often Jalen Brunson had the ball in his hands last year. So we need to continue to diversify our offense, and it's going to be a process. I told you guys, start of the year, beginning of preseason, I said, let's wait before we seriously evaluate and start to dive deep in analyzing the way this team plays until we get to the end of November. Said give them 2 months, give them a month and a half, around there. End of November, then we're going to start saying, okay, what's going on with the team? What do we need to improve on? What do we like? What do we don't like? And we're approaching that. We're approaching that, right? So we're going to start being a little bit more, I gave them a long leash to start the year, right? All the bad stuff, all the negative, I'll give pushback to you guys all the time. You guys know me. I try to keep it as positive as possible without, leaning too much into making excuses for them. But as we get closer to the end of November here, we got 2 weeks left. Thanksgiving's right around the corner, about a week away. Less than a week away, actually. As we get closer to the end of November, I'm going to start being a lot more critical of the team. A lot more critical of Mike Brown. I think Mike Brown just coached his worst game against Orlando. So we're going to start getting to that point. Here we go, start the second quarter. David M, what's up, David M? I would love Spo as a coach of the Knicks someday. I would absolutely love it. It would be full circle moment of Yabusele's in, along with Towns. It would be a full circle moment of Pat Riley leaving the Knicks to go to Miami. Spo leaving Miami to come to the Knicks would be full circle moment. I would love to see it. Drew Smith driving it down, loses the handle. We're diving on it. Towns picks it up, over to Shamit, hit ahead to Clarkson. Clarkson driving it down against Jovic, stops, pulls it back out to Shamit. Shamit, jab step, driving it down, crosses over to his right, gets under the basket, shoves it over to Bridges. Bridges at the foul line, kicks it back out to Shamit, up top to Yabusele. Quick catch and fire straight away three. Yabusele knocked me down? Big Gershon. I love to see Yabusele playing well. We need him. They hit Fontecchio, come back door, tries to kick it out to the corner. Clarkson comes over and knocks it loose. Bridges able to pick it up. Over to Clarkson. Clarkson bringing it down. Clarkson has it on the right wing. He's going to look to quickly attack, driving it down, stops, turns, kicks it out. Shaman, extra pass to Towns. Towns catches, hesitates, being guarded by Jovic. Jab step, driving to his left, putting his head down, attacking. Skubale with the left hand, can't get it to go. No foul call, he hit the floor. Now we're playing 5-on-4. Don't like it when that happens. Here comes Jovic, driving it down, gets it out to Jovic, to Jaquez. Jaquez throws right past Jordan Clarkson, who went for the steal, and he dunks it down. So what happens when Towns hits the floor, and we end up playing 5-on-4. Hate when that happens. Can't keep falling down. Carnthie Towns looking for a foul call to bail you out. They get it to Towns in the post, being guarded by Jovic. We saw him hit the drop step earlier. They bring a double team now. He kicks it out to Clarkson. Clarkson's just going to fire over Jaquez. Don't love that shot, but it did not matter. What do I know? Jordan Clarkson nails nothing but net as he rises over Jaquez and knocks it down on the kick out from the Towns double team in the post. Now Jovic has it against Shamit, trying to use his size and strength over him, puts up the floater, can't get it to go, battling for the rebound, and a loose ball foul on Jovic, climbing over the back of Shamit, flailing around, trying to draw the foul. Not a good night for Nikola Jovic so far tonight. Susan said, loving Yabu. I love to see a guy who's struggled so far really start to find himself on this team. The shot is starting to come around, and that's the most important aspect of his team so far. His most important trait on this team that he has. They get it over to Yabu on the right wing. Yabu gets it down low to Towns. Towns drop step again, going along the baseline, bully balling his way to the basket, lays it up and in. Way to be a big man, Towns. Way to be a big man. Love the big man moves out of the post right now. They get it over to Jaquez on the right wing, dancing with it against Yabu down the lane, leaves it off for Drew Smith, catches, loses the handle out of bounds. They're going to say Yabu tipped it, hit his fingertips, as Drew Smith lost it, and it's going to remain with the Heat. Hip-Hop said, Spo's never leaving Miami? Possibly. Very likely, but you never know. Crazy things happen in the NBA all the time. Hip-Hop said 18 points for Towns already. It's going to be a special night. It needs to be. DJ Nay Nemo. What's up, DJ? Flame on Clarkson. We need him. Fontecchio, left wing 3. Well short. Long rebound. They let it go out of bounds. It's going to go to the Knicks. When your main guy's out, everybody needs to take a step up. It's exactly what Miami's been doing with no Bam and no Hero. Everybody stepped up for Miami, and the Knicks need to follow suit with no Brunson. Clarkson has it up top, coming to his left. Stops, pulls it back out, being guarded by Drew Smith. Clarkson gets it over to Towns on the right wing. He's going to fire threes, feeling it. Knocks me down. Karl Anthony Towns. I'm getting taught. It's getting normalized. I'm expecting it to go down now. Towns up to 21 so far here. Wiggins dancing with it against Bridges. Stops, turns, spins. Gets fouled by Gershon Yabusele. He knows it. Wiggins is going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Caught him on the reach down. Yabusele. Chi-Chi, what's up, Chi-Chi? Y'all better start putting some respect on Cat's name. You know I've always respected Cat. You know I always got respect for Cat. You know I'm always trying to talk up my guy. Mark said, why doesn't the broadcast have a damn scoreboard? Thank God for Chevy. Yeah, I keep trying to line up my timer with their timer, but they keep taking it off the screen. What is the point of that? Leave the score on the screen. Wiggins knocks down the first one. He's got another one coming. Wiggins knocks down both free throws. 43-39, a 4-point game. With all of the Towns heroics, it's still a 4-point game. It's a back-and-forth affair. The Heat are also playing very well. Clarkson has it up top. Coming to his left to get it over to Bridges. Bridges up top being guarded by Wiggins. They're trying to feed it to Towns in the post. Jaquez does a good job fronting. They get it into Yabusele in the mid-post. Yabusele kicks it out to Clarkson. Catches it on the run down the lane. Scoop layup. Switches hands. Can't get the finish. Knocked out of bounds. And it goes out of bounds. They're going to say Knicks ball, but it very clearly hit Clarkson before it went out of bounds. Miami's calling for a challenge. Let's get it in. Now they're going to use the challenge. All right. They got it off in time. The referees are not supposed to wait anymore to signal. Last season, the referees did a lot of waiting. Like, are you going to call the challenge? Like, I'm going to give you a couple of, 3 more seconds to call this challenge. It's off of Jaquez there, but then it falls out of bounds and it hits Clarkson's foot. We got to see the replay of it hitting the out of bounds line because it hits Clarkson's foot. We got to see if it hits the floor first or does it hit Clarkson's foot first. It looks like it hit Clarkson's foot first. Mark said it's off of Jaime. It's off of Jaime up top, but the reason Miami's challenging it because it hit Clarkson's foot. Clarkson fell out of bounds, and it hit Clarkson's foot as he was laying out of bounds. So does it hit the floor first, or does it hit Clarkson's foot first? We didn't get to see that. At least I didn't get to see that replay yet. As my timer's still going. We have 9 minutes to go. I'm a full minute ahead. 9 minutes to go. Gigi said last game against the Heat, we got killed by 2 scrubs off the bench. We need this game in order to stay in the cup. They do need this game in order to stay in the cup, but you got to have respect for the dudes off the bench, brother. Got to have respect for dudes off the bench, right? We call for Deuce McBride to have big games all the time. We call for Jordan Clarkson to have big games all the time. Got to respect the dudes off the bench because they could beat you on any given night. Hip Hop said Towns is absolutely cooking the Heat right now. Flamboying them that. Just sauteing them on the grill right now. Hip Hop said, going to be a 30-point first half for Towns. We need it. We need, forget 40, forget 50. I want to see 60 from Karl-Anthony Towns. Jay Hayes said, yeah, hit JC. I haven't seen the replay yet, so it looked like it did. It looked like it did on the initial play. David M. said, we're getting the good version of Cat tonight. He does have the matchup advantage. With no Bam Adebayo out there, they're forced to put Kel'el Ware on him, who's second year in the league. Not as good or not as knowledgeable, not experienced enough to really handle the type of offensive player that Karl-Anthony Towns is. He's good, but he's not knowledgeable enough. OG Anunoby exits with a left hamstring strain and will not return versus the Heat. No OG Anunoby. I've been wondering where OG was. No OG Anunoby for the rest of the night. So the Knicks now down Brunson, now down OG Anunoby. Here we go. Here we go. Right? Now the Knicks are down 2 guys. Here we go. Susan said, have to give my props to Leon Pokerface Rhodes for the decision-making with adding talent to the Knicks. Yeah, I mean, he's been fantastic since he's took over, right, Susan? You hear me sing his praises all the time. I think he's been pretty fantastic since he's taken over. I think he's only had one bad offseason of moves, and that was the offseason in which he added Evan Fournier to a 4-year deal and Kemba Walker. Hey, Hazy, rest up, OG. Yep. It is what it is. Next man up. Get Mo Diawara for Pakom Dadie for the injured OG Anunoby. Next man up. Step up, y'all. Who we got? Just Dad said, I would die happy, man, dunk in an NBA game. It would be glorious. The dunk, period. Be able to dunk, period. So, successful challenge for the Heat. It does hit Clarkson's foot as he was laying out of bounds. Ball going back to Miami here. And they're going to get their timeout back. Jay said, I would die happy, man, if I could dunk. I'm with you, Jay. I'm with you. Here we go. Drew Smith bringing it down, being guarded by Clarkson. The Knicks with Clarkson, McBride, Josh Hart, Bridges, and Towns in the game right now. Drew Smith up top to get it over to Fontecchio. Straightaway 3 for Fontecchio, and he splashes it coming off the screen. Great off-ball movement for the Heat there, getting an open look for one of their better shooters on the team in Fontecchio. Towns has it up top, being guarded by Jaquez. They spray it over to Bridges. Bridges being guarded by Wiggins. A lot of standing around for the Knicks here. Bridges hands it off to McBride. They're trying to get it to Towns in the post, and I get it. It's just way too obvious. Easy to defend there. And on Miami forcing the turnover, here comes Jaquez, reverse layup, can't get it to go. Good defense from the Knicks there, and now they're off and running. Bridges bringing it down, crossing over, middle of the lane, loses the handle, picks it up, kicks it out to Josh Hart. Josh Hart has it on the right wing. Pass fake, bullet pass inside to McBride. McBride under the paint, kicks it out to Clarkson. A left corner 3 for Jordan Clarkson, and he knocks it down. The confidence in the shooting for Jordan Clarkson. He knows where his shots are coming from, and he's confident taking them right now. And I love that he's knocking them down. Jaquez has it up top, being guarded by Josh Hart. Gets it over to Fontecchio, being guarded by McBride. Stops, turns, pivots, kicks it in the corner to Jaquez. Jaquez dribbling it down, spins towards the baseline, gets caught in the air, throws it to nobody, but the ball ricochets over to Kel'el Ware, who puts it up, gets fouled by Karl-Anthony Towns, who was out of position because of the loose ball situation. So he draws the foul, and then he gets a nice friendly bounce off the back rim and gets it to drop down. A little serendipity there for the Miami Heat, but they take advantage of it. Darnell said Clarkson is a steal. The way he's been picking up his game lately, yeah. And he feels a need that the Knicks have needed for a long time, and that's a backup guard who can give you buckets, who can handle the ball a little bit. Fills that need. K. Hazy said, ain't going to be no Pacom. Then Mo Diawara then. Give me some Mo Diawara then. Next man up. Dadier has, now I'm into it. McBride has it up top to get it over to Bridges. Get it over to Josh Hart, middle of the post. Loose ball. Bridges picks it up over to McBride. Pass fake. Lines up the left wing three. Line me up. Deuce McBride, nothing but net. Great ball fake, knowing they're expecting you to swing to the corner, and he knocks down the three confidently. On the other end, Jaquez quickly pushing it the other way and gets an easy layup going to his left. Again, 2 points right back. 49-47, a back-and-forth affair. 7:11 to go. McBride has it up top, gets it over to Josh Hart. Josh Hart on the right wing, hands it off to Bridges. Bridges, pump fakes, driving to his left, middle of the lane, low fall away, over Wiggins. Excellent defense from Wiggins. Fight for the loose ball. Powell able to pick it up. Now here comes Norman Powell. Powell has it up top to get it over to Jaquez. Jaquez putting his head down, attacking in the lane, kicks it out. Powell, pump fakes, driving it down, draws the foul on McBride, and a foul on the floor. Great pump fake and drive from Norman Powell to draw that foul. DJ said Jordan Clarkson plays ball the way the team needs him. Yes, he is so far. Yeah, he didn't start off the year that way, but he's definitely been working his way towards that. Loving the way he's been playing recently. Marcus, what's up, Marcus? Let's keep fighting, Knicks. Yes, sir. Davion Mitchell has it up top, being guarded by McBride. Driving to his right, spins to his left. Up top to Powell. Powell driving, stepping back, dancing with it against Clarkson. He's got the advantage here. You know he's wanting to get to that mid-range. Steps back for the mid-range shot. In and out, can't get it to go at the buzzer. Towns with a good box handle rebound over Ware. Here comes Josh Hart, bringing it down right side of the court. Hart's going to slow it down up top to Towns. He's going to pump fake from deep and draws the foul on the floor on Khalil Ware. Hip-Hop said, Bridges always fading on all his shots, shaking my head. When he gets to that mid-range and he's driving towards the basket, if he can't get all the way to the basket, he's fading away. He is actually going to the basket a little bit this year, so he's mixing it up more than he did last year. Last year was frustrating. This year, it's a go-to shot of him. He's very comfortable taking that shot, so it makes sense. Not mad at it. Josh Hart on the right wing, coming to his left, dancing with it against Jovic. They get it over to Shaman, who finds open space out of the right corner. In and out, can't get it to stay. Jovic with the rebound, and here comes Miami, off and running. You know they want to push the pace. They get it over to Mitchell, who spots up for three on the right wing, can't get it to go, fight for the loose ball. Pell Larson keeps it alive, over to Norman Powell, sidestep to the left wing, knocks down the pull-up three over Shamit. 50-49 now, halfway through this second quarter. 6 minutes to go. They get it over to Shaman on the handoff, driving it down in the lane, throws up the floater, comes up short. Jovic with the rebound, and now here comes the Heat pushing the other way. Davion Mitchell up top being guarded by Shaman, crosses over to his left, leans in, pump fake, leans in again, lefty layup, gets it to go. Way to create space and get the lefty layup to go. And a timeout for the Knicks. I believe their first timeout of the night. 7-0 run for the Miami Heat as they take a 3-point lead now. David M. said, where's OG? OG is out for the rest of the game with a hamstring strain. Unfortunately, but go ahead, rest up. Next man up. Next man up, Gershon Yabusele. I hope you've been in the gym, staying ready, because we're going to need you now. Justice Dad said, Shaman in the paint is an easy bucket for the Heat. Yes. I did not love that Shaman drive and floater attempt. Did not love that. Know your role, brother. Know your role. Get back out to that three-point line. Right? Get into the paint, keep the dribble alive, and kick it back out, and then relocate to three. Simon said the Knicks' defense the last 3 games hasn't been good. No, I would not describe it as good, Simon. I agree with you. I would not describe it to be good. Even if we exclude that Orlando game, because we can give them the excuse if it's the second night of a back-to-back, they're tired, whatever, yada, yada, yada. No excuse. No excuse for how bad the defense has been the last couple of games, right? Mark said out for the next game in the next week, probably. Maybe. Hamstrings are not something you want to play on. Because if you exacerbate that issue, it turns from like maybe being out 2 or 3 weeks to being out 2 or 3 months. Hip Hop said this lineup is too little. The Knicks don't have big guards. So if you're out Jalen Brunson and now you're out OG Anunoby, you're out not Jalen Brunson, but now that you're out OG Anunoby, you're out a lot of size. A lot of size with no OG Anunoby. Because now you're going to have to rely a lot on Jordan Clarkson. I'm interested to see maybe does he dip into the Mo Diawara minutes. Like that's pretty extreme. But I look down the roster and it's like, who else? Tosan and Mwoma? Tosan and Mwoma? Do you go to him, who has experience from playing last year with the Brooklyn Nets? You know, I don't even know if he's active because he's on the two-way contract. I don't even know if he's active. Isaiah Gardner said, you got Dottier for backup? So your options with no OG Anunoby to fill in the other wing spot is either playing Clarkson more and Gershon Yabusele more, and probably more Yabusele, or if you wanted to add another player to the rotation to get some spot minutes here and there, you got Diawara, you got Dottier, and you got Tosan and Mwoma, right? Those are the three guys you could go to. David M. said I would play Diawara. Yeah, I think a lot of people are on the Diawara hype train. I'm also on the Diawara hype train. Don't get me wrong, because I love the rookies. I'm always going to root for the rookies, right? I was all about Pacome Dadier last year. And now that he's a second-year player, I'm like, yesterday's news. But I'm all for Mo Diawara because he's shown a lot of stuff, right? And it would be interesting to give him an opportunity early here in the season. Now, this is a big game against a really good, really savvy Miami Heat team, so maybe not the game to throw him in the fire with, and a really must-win, not a must-win, but you know what I mean, in a must-win situation here for the NBA Cup. But here the Knicks go. Let's see what Mike Brown does. Maybe he just relies on Yabusele, but Mitchell Robinson has subbed in for Yabusele here. Jordan Clarkson driving it down in the lane, throws up the floater, got it to go. Jordan Clarkson has been clutch for the Knicks here, and very good for them. The Knicks are out there with Robinson, McBride, Clarkson, Hart, and Shamet, and the Heat are out there with Ware, Powell, Mitchell, Larson, and Jovic. Larson down the lane, knocks down the floater. They're going to give him the and one over Clarkson. Possible three-point play for Pell Larson. Hip Hop said, don't rush Brunson or OG back. It's very early in the season. Heal up. Absolutely. Absolutely. Russell Field said, Huck. If Huck hasn't been in the rotation already, he's not going to be in the rotation with Towns and Robinson both healthy. He's the third big off the bench. Shamet almost does throw it away. Very obviously got it to Mitchell Robinson as Jovic runs right into Shamet. You make a mistake on one end, and I always say, if you make a mistake on one end, you'll get it back on the other end. If you make a mistake defensively, you get it back offensively. If you make a mistake offensively, you get it back defensively. And Spoelstra is going to use his second challenge here. Spoelstra is using his second challenge here. So win or lose, that's their last challenge. Used both of them up here in the first half. Interesting. DJ said Clarkson and Hart are smart players. They are smart players. Very smart players. This team is full of smart players. Maybe not Karl-Anthony Towns in terms of like the dumb offensive fouls he has all the time. We know this, but this team is full of really smart, intuitive basketball players. Hip Hop said bad turnover. Come on now. It was a bad turnover from Shamet. Just telegraphing the fact that he's going to get into Mitchell Robinson in the middle and not realizing that Davion Mitchell was coming from behind. Got to be more cognizant. They called the offensive foul on Jovic. Shamet did a good job hustling back. Jovic runs right into him. I think that's a charge. I think Shamet beats him to the spot. But I could see them saying he doesn't necessarily beat them to the spot. Let's see what the refs call here. I think it's a charge. Because I think if you hit a guy square in the chest, I'm more likely to call it a charge. And I think Shamet takes this right in the chest. I think a misnomer that a lot of people get wrong in basketball is that you have to be completely stationary to draw a charge. You do not. It is overturned. And again, the referees, I think, use the wrong language. You can move laterally. You can move laterally and still draw a charge, right? I hate the fact that that language is there. You have to be the offensive player to the spot. And I think Landry Shamet was like a millisecond too late. So I could see the successful challenge. I could see them upon reviewing it in slow motion that it's a blocking foul. But in real time, I think that's a good call as a charge. But if you review it, I could see being like, all right, I guess technically you didn't beat him fully to the spot. So, okay. Nikola Jovic to the foul line for 2 free throws. Nick Yak, what's up, Yak? And Jovic misses the free throw. And you know what? Ball don't lie. We know this. We know ball don't lie. Basketball gods never lie. They're never going to reward the cowardice. Jovic does knock down the second one. It's 56-51 with 5 minutes to go. They get it over to Robinson up top. Robinson hands it off to Clarkson, coming to his right, being chased by Powell. Stops, pump fakes at the foul line, gets caught in the air, kicks it out to McBride. Pull up 3 on the left wing. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Robinson skies and snags a rebound over 3 Miami Heat players. They swing it over to Clarkson, pump fakes, drives it down. Euro steps down the lane, hangs in the air, and gets fouled. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Jordan Clarkson making something out of nothing constantly. And rewarding Mitchell Robinson for another possession win. Mitchell Robinson has played 6 minutes tonight. He's got 6 offensive rebounds. You can't keep me off the glass. Clarkson's at the foul line for 2 free throws. Misses a free throw. Can we get back to consistently knocking down our free throws as a team? I was loving it. And now we can't buy a basket from the free throw line. Now we're constantly splitting free throws. Come on. Joe said 6 on 5 of Mitchell Robinson. Absolutely. Mitchell Robinson counts as 2 people offensively. Clarkson at least knocks down the second one. Okay. 4-point game here, 4:30 to go. Quickly pushing it the other way. Norman Powell gets a decent look from the left wing. Ball gets, it's so funny. The ball gets stuck at the top of the backboard. Norman Powell missed off the front rim. It bounced and rolled over the top of the backboard. Mitchell Robinson went and looked at it and said, I ain't getting that. And he walked away. Love Big Mitch, man. Love Big Mitch. Amy Machua, what's up, Amy? Happy to see you again, as always. Do not lose to Miami again. Absolutely, Amy. Absolutely. If there's a team I hate losing to the most, it's Indiana, it's Miami, and it's Boston. Don't lose to Miami again. Deuce McBride bringing it down. Over to Shamet, coming to it right off the Robinson screen. Kicks it out to Josh Hart, extra pass to McBride. Quickly going along the baseline, getting under the basket over to Clarkson. A deep left corner 3, comes up short, and a foul on Pell Larson. Jordan Clarkson back to the foul line. Now knock down your free throws, Jordan Clarkson. Knock them down, brother. You better knock these down. Cameron said 76ers 27, Pistons 28 at the end of the first. We're going to have to go around the league at halftime here. We got 4 minutes to go here tonight. And then we're going to go around the league at halftime, as well as go through the box score of this game. Clarkson knocks down the first one. Thank you, Jordan Clarkson. Mark said, we're actually getting whistles tonight, unlike Wednesday. Got to be able to play through it, though. Got to be able to play through it. They allowed that to get into their head. Clarkson knocks down the second one. He's got one more coming. Please knock down your free throws. Please knock down this third one. I will not compliment you until you knock down all 3. Mark TV said you're doing a good job. Appreciate you, Mark. Appreciate you. I do my best. Do my best. Jordan Clarkson knocked down the first 2 free throws. And he goes 3 for 3 from the foul line. There you go, JC. Way to get it back. We just needed to get one miss out of our system. And Bridges jumps the passing lane and steals it again. Bridges bringing it down. Pulls it all the way back up top. Now over to Josh Hart. Shovels it back to Bridges. A pull-up 3. Mikal Bridges, line me up. Line me up. Way to reward him, Josh Hart. Way to reward Mikal Bridges for getting the steal. And the Knicks back up by 2. 58-56, 4 minutes to go. Now under 4 minutes to go. They get it over to Powell. Back up top to Davion Mitchell. Mitchell being guarded by Clarkson. Dancing with it. Inside to Wiggins at the foul line, being guarded by Towns. Step back, little foul line pull-up jumper. Can't get it to go. And then Josh Hart fouls Kel'el Ware, battling for the rebound and positioning there. Mitchell Robinson back out of the game. Two quicker spurts for me with Mitchell Robinson tonight. I think he's been absolutely dominant. I know he's got the 3 fouls, and maybe we play him a little bit more in the second half, but Mitchell Robinson's been absolutely dominant with a really small Miami Heat team here tonight. Marks Gomez, what's up, Marks? Mike Brown is worse than Tibbs. They're on the same level. They're just different. Kel'el Ware knocks down his 1 free throw. He's got 1 more coming. Miami's in the bonus. That's why he's at the foul line. Kel'el Ware could tie the game up at 58 here. Mark said, no whistles get you off your game. It was lopsided. I mean, Orlando's one of those teams, Mark, as well, that they intentionally are extremely physical to start the game to set the tone of, like, you're not going to be able to call all these fouls. So you got to be prepared going into it, knowing that it's going to be a physical game with limited foul calls. Josh Hart knocks down the 3. Mikal Bridges rewards his teammate. Before it was the Josh Hart, the Bridges connection for the 3. Now it's the Bridges to Josh Hart connection for a 3. I love to see it. Love to see it. The Villanova connection. Norman Powell dancing with it against Shamet, gets caught in the air, kicks it out to Wiggins. Wiggins pump fakes, driving it down against Towns, puts up the floater, can't get it to go. But on the weak side, Kel'el Ware with the 2-handed slam. That's why you need Mitchell Robinson in the game. Snag that rebound. They get over to Bridges. Bridges crosses over down the lane. Scoop with the right hand off glass. Can't get it to go. Excellent defense from Kel'el Ware to contest that. Now here comes Davion Mitchell quickly pushing it the other way. Over to Norman Powell, who goes along the baseline and gets the reverse layup to go. Towns does a good job pulling back, not giving him the foul. Towns is too important offensively tonight to get that foul. He launches a deep 5-footer. Shamet picks up the air ball, though. Shoves it back to Towns. There you go. Just get a little bit closer, Towns. We don't need a 35-foot 3. And he knocks down the relocation left wing 3 on the offensive rebound from Shamet. They get over to Wiggins, driving it down against McBride. Gets into the lane, kicks it out to Davion Mitchell. They run him off the line. He's in the paint. Kicks it out to Powell. Quick catch and fire out of the right wing, and Powell can't get it to go. Josh Hart rising and snags the rebound. Josh Hart bringing it down. 1-on-1 against Davion Mitchell. Hands it off to Bridges. Bridges over to Towns. He's going to fire another one. Towns? Oh, my goodness. It's the Karl Anthony Towns show here tonight. He is absolutely in fuego right now. And boy, oh boy, did we need it. And I love to see him put on a show here on national TV. They get it over to Wiggins. Wiggins jab step coming to his left, loses the handle. Back up top to Davion Mitchell being guarded by McBride. They get it over to Larson. Larson driving to his right, putting his head down, kicks it out to Powell. Knocked out of bounds. No, not knocked out of bounds. Josh Hart just jumping the passing lane but pulling his hand away as the ball flies out of bounds from Pell Larson on a bad pass to Powell. So the ball will go back to New York here, and we're going to get a timeout? Why are we watching replays? The Knicks should have the ball here. Karl Anthony Towns is 29 points now, 6 for 10 from 3. He's got 6 3-pointers with 10 attempts so far here in the first half. Bridges gets it over to Josh Hart. Pump fakes, driving to his left. Hits Towns, cuts to the basket, draws the foul. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. And Towns is saying it's a goaltend. Towns is trying to call for the goaltend on the floater attempt. The officials are going to have to gather and talk about it. I don't think they're going to give it to him. But they are going to give him the free throws. The Knicks already leading by 5. Yeah, 2 free throws for Karl Anthony Towns. He's in with 29 points. We got 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter. He's on his way to a 60 ball so far here tonight. Towns knocks down the first one. That's a 30 ball. That's a first half 30 ball. This is what we needed. These are the vibes we needed. Jalen Brunson going down is fine. We got Big Cat in the building. Towns knocked down the first one. We're just under 2 minutes to go here, and Towns knocks down both free throws. He's been absolutely dominant on an undersized, undermanned Miami Heat team. Don't matter. No OG Anunoby, no Jalen Brunson. We're missing 2 stars as well. Davion Mitchell has it up top, being guarded by Shamet. They get it over to Powell. Powell back to Mitchell. Mitchell gets back to Powell. Left corner 3 for Norman Powell. He's been off. Misses that one. Fight for the loose ball rebound. Knocked out of bounds. Going to say off of Josh Hart. Ball's going to go back to Miami. 1:40 to go here in the first. Yak said cat on some heater, and we needed it. We needed it, Yak. Hip Hop said I got SmackDown on my other screen. I'm going to have to look at what happened later tonight on SmackDown. They get it up top to Mitchell. Mitchell coming to his right off the Kalaware screen. They get it over to Wiggins, a right wing 3. Well contested from Josh Hart. And they call a loose ball foul against New York, against Shamet. Bodying up on Kalaware, trying to box him out. Come on, Shamet. Let me see this replay. I think that's negligible contact. It is technically a foul on Shamet. He does body up, get low, and deliver a little short of forearm shiver into Kalaware, but I think that's just a basketball play. He doesn't absolutely lay into him. He just throws his body weight into him a little bit just to make sure he can't go out and grab that rebound. Yeah, it's technically a foul for sure, but, you know, it's one of those like, you can call it. It happens on almost every play. But he does miss the second free throw. We love when our opponents miss free throws. Absolutely adore it. Bridges has it up top. Over to Shamet. Wide open left corner 3. Line me up. Line me up, Landry. Way to get it back, Landry Shamet. Knicks up by 9 here with a minute to go before the end of the half. Jaquez kicks it out to Wiggins. Wiggins, pass fake, up top to Mitchell. Crossing over to his right. Euro stepping down the lane. Kicks it out. Jaquez, left corner 3. He's wide open. He does get it to go. It hit the front of the rim. Got a nice friendly bounce as he got it to go. What was he, a 20% three-point shooter when we went over it? He gets those 3 points right back. Bridges has it up top, being guarded by Davion Mitchell. Coming to his right. Exploding. Hit a head dribble. Mid-range jumper. Rattles in, but does drop back in before it pops out. Knicks back up by 8. Give me a double-digit lead going into halftime. They get over to Jaquez. Jaquez driving it down right into Shamet. And a blocking foul on Shamet. I think that's an offensive foul on Jaquez, personally. Because Jaquez does go into Shamet and then kind of uses his off arms to push off on Shamet. I think he initiates the contact completely. Let me see the replay. Oh, yeah, that's an offensive foul to me. He lowers the shoulder and everything. If I'm Mike Brown, I would consider challenging that. I mean, it's in the first half, so probably wouldn't. Jaquez is at the foul line. And he misses another free throw. The ball don't lie. I'm telling you, that was not a blocking foul. Don't lower your shoulder on me, brother. The basketball gods do not like it. They don't like it. Keldon Johnson is in the game right now for the Miami Heat. Let me make sure I get his, that's who it is. I believe, or is that Keyshawn Johnson? Hold on. Which Johnson is it? Keshad Johnson, excuse me. Keshad Johnson is in the game for the Miami Heat. Jaquez misses both, I'm trying to tell you. Ball don't lie. Knicks with the rebound. Here comes Josh Hart. Josh Hart going to put his head down, swing through down the lane. Scoop layup with the right hand pass. Jaquez. Ball don't lie. 10-point lead for the Knicks. Jaquez quickly pushing it the other way. They get it over to Johnson. Johnson back to Jaquez. Jaquez up top being guarded by Clarkson, who's back in the game for the final 20 seconds here. In the first half, Norman Powell crosses over to his left. Down the lane. Scoop layup with the left hand against Josh Hart. Excellent finish from Norman Powell. My goodness, what a talented guy he is. 20 seconds to go. 15 seconds to go. Josh Hart has it up top. We're going to hold it for the final shot of the quarter. Give me the double-digit lead going into halftime. I'll be happy. Josh Hart up top. Josh Hart coming to his right, off a screen, dancing with it, now putting his head down, attacking, stops, pump fake, pivots, spins, fall away. Got it to go, Josh. Give him the moves. Hit him with the pump fake spin. Knock it down at the buzzer. My man Josh Hart putting on a show. He is putting on a show. He dribbling it down, hit him with the pump fake, spin, and he talking to the crowd. Y'all have awoken the Josh Hart beast. Y'all didn't want to see Josh Hart wake up and realize he was Josh Hart today. Y'all wanted Josh Hart sitting in the corner. Y'all don't want this version of Josh Hart. You can't handle. Y'all think Jaime Jaquez is really Josh. He's not Josh Hart. He's not more Josh Hart than Josh Hart. He's one of a kind. Just that said, Hart hit for the 10. Yes, he did. Yes, he gave us what we wanted, Justice Daddy. He gave us what we wanted. We wanted a 10-point lead at halftime. I like it. 78 points. 2 away from 80. 46 second quarter points? This is how we're moving right now? No Jalen Brunson, no problem. Jalen Brunson, you're officially on the trade block. I'm playing, obviously. This is jokes. 32 first quarter points. 46 second quarter points, y'all. 46. 40. Give it up. 30-point first half of Karl-Anthony Towns. 31. 30. Shot caller said, I like the court. Okay, some positivity for the court. Okay, I see you. Jay Davis. What's up, Jay Davis? Wiggins a minus 17. I told you about Wiggins. Some nights he got it. Some nights he's invisible. Yak said Hart and Cat fighting hard. I think everybody. I think Bridges up to 9. Clarkson with 13 first half points. K. Hazy said, let's go for 200 tonight. They're a little bit off that pace, but Amy said, oh no, Brunson is out tonight. Brunson is out. He suffered a grade 1 ankle sprain in the loss to Orlando at the end of the game, Amy. So he is out for tonight and maybe the next couple of games, but we will see. He's listed as day-to-day. Karen with the call to action, trying to remind people to hit the like button. If you were enjoying the show so far, please go ahead, leave a like, hit that thumbs up button. That and subscribing are the 2 best ways to support the channel, to support the community, more than anything else you can do. I'll never ask you for super chats. I'll never ask you to become a member, although I would appreciate if you guys did, but I'm not going to ask you to do it because I know financially the world's in a pretty difficult place right now. So I'm not going to ask you for your money. All I'm going to ask you is for your support. So go ahead, hit the like button, go ahead and subscribe. Just that's a magic hurt people. Alyssa Lester, what's up, Alyssa? Love to see you. Mark said, I like the logo, but too blue. I did like the court a lot the other night. Yes, the other night court, the City Edition court, which other teams also have, but I think the Knicks was one of the best ones that I saw. There was a couple of good ones out there, but oof, man. Gigi said, I'm going to have to go in on Mitch. Can he play 1 minute or 2? Come on, get my boy Jonas here. At least he plays. Brother, what? He's available to play. Mike Brown is just not going to play him a ton of minutes. It's not important for Mitchell Robinson to play right now. Let me tell you something. If Jonas Valanciunas was on the court with Mitchell Robinson, guess who's going to win that matchup? Guess who's going to win that matchup, Chi-Chi? My man Mitchell. Hold on. Let's go through the box score. Because now we got Chi-Chi talking crazy. Now my man's talking crazy. Bernard Johnson, what's up, Bernard? How am I doing? I'm doing good, brother. How you doing? Bodega Prime, what's up, Bodega Prime? I think Cat can get 50 burgers tonight. He's on pace for 60. So he's on pace for that. Can he get 50? I think he can. Felix Cepeda, what's up, Felix? I remember back in the 90s team, would be lucky to have 45, 55 at the half. Today's game is different. Offense, I mean, look, in order to play in the NBA today, you need to be able to dribble, pass, and shoot. Every single player, including your fives, unless you're an anomaly like Mitchell Robinson. But in order to play in modern basketball, to be a part of a rotation, you need to dribble, pass, and shoot. I mean, look at this. We can go through it. Can dribble Andrew Wiggins, Khalil Ware, Norman Powell, Davion Mitchell, Pell Larson. All 5 of these guys can dribble, pass, and shoot. Off the bench, Fontecchio, Kachad Johnson only got in at the end to avoid a foul situation. Jaime Jaquez, Nikola Jovic, Drew Smith, all of these guys can dribble, pass, and shoot. You cannot play in modern NBA and be a specialist. You can no longer be a 3-point specialist who can't dribble. You're not going to be part of a regular rotation. You might be an end-of-the-bench guy, but you're not going to be part of a regular rotation. Same with the Knicks. Anunoby, Towns, and again, like I said, Mitchell Robinson is the exception to the rule. He's just so incredibly gifted at the couple of things he does that he garners so much attention that he's able to be a major part of the rotation. But Mikal Bridges, Deuce McBride, Jalen Brunson, Yabusele, Jordan Clarkson, Josh Hart, Landry Shamet, all of these guys who played tonight outside of Mitchell Robinson, like we talked about, can dribble, pass, and shoot. Right? You can't be a big man anymore and not have any kind of perimeter game unless you're a truly gifted player like Mitchell Robinson at a couple of specific things. Well, while we're here, let's go through the box score. Rio Will said, preach, my boy. I'm trying, Rio. I'm trying. Power Stroke Syndicate. What's up, Syndicate? Go Heat. We got a Heat fan. It's a great game, Power Stroke. It's a great game. Both of these teams going back and forth. The Knicks took the edge at the end. They got in a little bit of a heater. But Felix said, so Michael Jordan and Larry Bird would struggle in today's game is what you're saying? Absolutely not. Those guys can dribble, pass, and shoot. Absolutely not. If you were a star in the 60s, if you were a star in the 80s, if you were a star in the 90s, you would still thrive in modern basketball. You would still thrive in modern basketball. You'd have to make some adjustments to your game, but those guys are capable of making those adjustments. Same way that the stars of today would thrive in the 90s. The guys from the 90s would thrive in the modern basketball. The stars would translate to any era. It's the role guys who would not be able to translate. Shot Collins said, I like your tie. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Hip Hop said, I've never been a Robinson fan. He has no offensive moves. He can't hit free throws, and he's never healthy. Brother, Mitchell Robinson has played 7 minutes. He's got 7 rebounds, 6 of them offensive. You do not see numbers like this, Hip Hop. There's more to the game than a little hook shot in the paint. There's more to the game. Now, do I want him to hit his free throws? Yes. It's always going to be an issue, right? But guess who also couldn't hit a free throw? Shaq. And he was able to mitigate that by being so incredible at other aspects of his game. Same thing. Same thing as Mitchell Robinson. Now, he's not as good as Shaq. Don't get me wrong. That's not the comparison I'm making. I'm making the comparison that you can make up for your shortcomings in other aspects of the game. And that's what Mitchell Robinson does. Gigi said MJ would average 100 points per game. Brother, they would leave him open out on the perimeter, and they would force him to shoot. They would pack the paint. What you guys don't understand is Michael Jordan played in an era that did not allow zone defense, and a lot of you guys think zone defense is regular, like we're in a 2-3 zone, like a lot of you guys maybe played in high school. You understand that is zone defense, but what zone defense actually is shading over and covering the entire side of a court. Michael Jordan played in an era that allowed one-on-one basketball. Michael Jordan is the greatest one-on-one player of all time. So the rules literally lended to his skill set. Now, would he average like 35 points per game? Yeah, he would. But he'd have to learn to take a couple threes every now and again. He'd have to become a much better shooter. And we know Michael Jordan's insane competitive spirit and his work ethic. He'd learn to make a couple threes here and there. Felix said Sheffy is cooking tonight. I don't know what came over me. I think I'm just hyped about the game. Incredible game for Anthony. Look, when you're witnessing greatness, 31 points in the first half of Karl-Anthony Towns, we're witnessing greatness tonight. I hope we all appreciate what's going on tonight. If he gets to the 50-burger, it'll be the first 50-point game the Knicks have had since Jalen Brunson. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. Only 2 rebounds, though. 3 rebounds and 2 assists for Karl-Anthony Towns. So need him to grab a couple more rebounds. This is why you got Mitchell Robinson. You got to get Mitchell Robinson out there, though. I want to see more of the double big lineups between those two guys outside of the opening, the tip-off, the opening of the first quarter, and the opening of the third quarter, the opening of each halves. Outside of those minutes, I don't think Mitchell Robinson and Karl-Anthony Towns really share the court because at that point, Robinson subs out, Towns slides down the center, and then when Towns comes out, Robinson comes in to play center. And then they kind of just swap like that. I want to see these guys play together a little bit more often during the course of the game, especially when Miami goes small and you can dominate the boards because just having Mitchell Robinson out there, he's capable of dominating the boards by himself. So you can still have Karl-Anthony Towns out on the perimeter. Gigi said, Cat is going for 85 points. Well, he's on pace for 62. He's on pace for 62. Foong Pei, what's up, Foong? Amy said, I hope Cat puts on a show. It's just so frustrating because we know he has the talent and he seems so lazy most of the time. I don't think it's laziness. I think laziness is the wrong word, Amy. I think it's just bad decision making. I think he makes bad decisions. I think he makes poor decisions. Mark TV said, let's get the 60-burger. Cat make history. Look, man, if he can put up 60 tonight on a national television, on national TV, it would be glorious. It would be glorious for all the conversations that we've had about Cat not knowing his role in this team and all of that. For him to, score 50 or 60 tonight would be a welcome sight. Bodega Prime said, been watching games with you the last couple of years. You really stepped your game up this season. Best play-by-play on YouTube. I appreciate you, Bodega Prime. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Such kind words, man. Thank you. Thank you. We're just having fun. We're just having fun. We're just watching basketball together. I just happen to be the host. I just happen to be the guy with the microphone. That's it. Boom Pay said, I bet you used ketchup as a tomato substitute one time. Never. Never. I'm not a big tomato fan. Unless I'm putting tomatoes on my burger, I'm not a big tomato fan. Power Stroke Syndicate said, thanks for the live feed and scores. Other YouTube channels showing the host are toxic and mad. Hey man, basketball is an entertainment product, so unless we're having fun together, what is the point of doing this? Sports are fun. I'm gonna try to have fun, even when I'm upset and frustrated, like we were during the Orlando game. I did my best to try to make it fun, right? We're still gonna talk about basketball. We're still gonna try and find the positivity in it, right? We can be critical. There's ways to be critical without being overly toxic. There's ways to discuss things that you're unhappy with and that you want to see improved without being overly toxic about certain things. DCL Love, what's up, DCL? Basketball Jones, what's up, Basketball Jones? I think Cat gets 50 easy. Would be fun to see if he goes for 60 plus. It would be. It would. He's on pace for 62. Scored 31 in the first half. He's on pace for 62. So it would be difficult for him to replicate what he did in the first half in the second half. You know, he had 6 threes in that first half. He took 10 threes. So it would be difficult for him to replicate what he did in the first half in the second half, but it's not impossible. Not impossible. Kay Hazy said, in Minnesota, I think they play more in the flow of the offense. In New York, it feels like whoever's dominating that night. It should be. It should be because they have 4 guys who can legit go out and dominate a game offensively if it's their night, if they're shooting it well. One guy, it's going to be his night most of the nights, and that's Jalen Brunson. The other guy is going to be his night a lot of the nights as well, and that's Karl-Anthony Towns. But like we've seen OG Anunoby, his career high is 40. We've seen him have a 40-point game. He's had multiple 30-point games as a Knick. Same with Mikal Bridges. He's had multiple 30-point games as maybe not multiple, but he's had a couple of 30-point games as a Knick. He's had multiple 30-point games throughout his career. And we've seen him dominate the games offensively. We saw the Christmas Day game last year against the Spurs where he went, toe-to-toe with Wembanyama, and he pulled that game out with incredible shot making. So, and he's shooting it much better this year. The jump shot looks much cleaner. He looks more comfortable on the team in the offense and everything. Stepping up on the leader. We've seen him talk a lot more out on the court. So when you have multiple guys like that, and now you have Clarkson coming off the bench, who's a guy who can get hot like he is tonight and step up. We've seen McBride have 20-plus point nights, so he's a guy who could step up offensively. We know what Josh Hart can do. He can dominate a game, not necessarily with his scoring, but with his overall play. So when you have multiple guys who can do that, you should play by who has it going tonight, who has the matchup advantage, stuff like that, right? It shouldn't just be, let's give the ball to our best players and they're going to lead the way tonight. Like most nights it's going to be their night, but on the nights where it's not, you look to your other guys to lift you up. And that's how it should be. DCL loves to Knicks be faking injury so others can shine. It's a silver lining in the injury stuff. It's a silver lining, right? It's always going to be an opportunity for another guy to step up. Like Gershon Yabusele. He only played 3 minutes in that first half. It'll be interesting with no OG Anunoby available tonight for the rest of the night. I assume Landry Shamet's going to start the second half because Mike Brown seems to have this love affair with Landry Shamet. But I do expect to see some more Gershon Yabusele in the second half. We'll see. Stephen G. What's up, Stephen G? Happy to see you, brother. Happy to see you back. Juan Rios. What's up, Juan? Anyone who is broadcasting the game live, I don't think you're going to find that on YouTube, brother, because YouTube immediately pulls anybody trying to show the game live off the air very quickly. They have a really good sensor for that. Even when I've accidentally shown the game for 5 seconds because I switched to the wrong scene or I showed the wrong screen, they pulled the stream down immediately. So you're not going to find it on YouTube, but I will happily try to give you the best play-by-play of the night. Stephen G said, Cat's playing insane. He's shooting threes from 35 feet away. Yeah, I'd like to see a little bit less than that. Mark said, let's hope OG is good. I think he's going to be all right. I mean, strained hamstring is something you don't really play through because it only makes it worse. So, Power Stroke said, didn't Mike Brown assistant coach for the Heat? I don't think he was the assistant for the Heat. I don't think so. Could be wrong, but I don't think so. Simon Josh said, like your energy, man. I'm a new subscriber. Appreciate you, Simon. Appreciate you, man. Like I said, sports are fun. Sports are high energy. We should be watching it, having fun together. Also, we did not go around the league. Real quick, let's go around the league. Hold on. We'll go around the league during the next timeout. That's what we'll do. We'll go around the league during the next timeout. But as for now, we're right back into the game. Here we go. Start of the third quarter. Davion Mitchell. Are the Knicks in a zone? The Knicks are playing zone. The Knicks have not played zone over the past, 6 years. Step back three for Norman Powell. Knocks it down over Mitchell Robinson. Incredible shot from Norman Powell. Mitchell Robinson was right there in his grill. Norman Powell comes out looking to take it right to the Knicks. McBride has it up top. Jordan Clarkson starts the second half. Not Shamit. Towns pumps fakes from the perimeter, driving it down. Gets tied up. And a jump ball between Towns and Wiggins. Good hands from Wiggins. Stephen G said, do we see more Kolek? Probably not. We probably don't see Kolek tonight. Shamit comes in immediately for Clarkson. Was just Shamit out late to get out onto the court? What is that about? Why did Clarkson start the second half only to play 30 seconds to get pulled for Shamit? What is that about? Jump ball between Towns and Wiggins here. Towns wins the tip. Shamit can't get to it, so now the Heat win the tip, and Davion Mitchell driving it down. Gets it over to Wiggins. Wiggins with the lefty layup over McBride using his size and height advantage. Shamit, brother, I know you're playing hard, but he is terrible at getting to these loose balls. Shamit gets it over to McBride, over to Bridges, a right corner three over Larson, splashes it. Incredible shot from Bridges. Excellent contest from Pell Larson. Bridges able to make it anyway. Getting those 3 points right back from the incredible Norman Powell three. And Wiggins steps back for a mid-range jumper. Now everybody knocking down shots. How did the Knicks respond? It's a 6-point game. Under 11 to go. Bridges up top. Start of the third quarter here. Coming to his left off the Robinson screen. Driving it down. Step back. Pump fake. Good contest from Ware. Forced to kick it out to McBride. Spins to his left. Step back. Mid-range jumper over Mitchell. And he gets it to go. Okay, it's a back and forth affair. Now we're knocking down shots from everywhere. Everybody's knocking down shots. Davion Mitchell bringing it down. He has it on the right wing. They get it over to Wiggins. Wiggins over to Powell. Powell catches. Pump fakes. Draws the foul on Robinson. That's 4 fouls on Robinson. Why are we in a zone? Mike Brown, why are we in a zone? The Knicks don't play zone. Why are we in a zone? I don't like the zone. When you're in a zone, you're forcing Mitchell Robinson to go guard out on the perimeter. Why are you doing that? I don't like it. Now Mitchell Robinson has 4 fouls. Don't like it one bit. Norman Powell's at the foul line for 2 free throws. Knocks down the first one. And Josh Hart's going to come in for Robinson. Robinson's coming out because Mike Brown decided to go to his zone. I don't like the zone. I don't like it. I don't like the decision. You put Mitchell Robinson in a bad spot, and now he's out of the game. Kenneth Walton, what's up, Kenneth? You have charisma and talent. Keep on keeping on, young brother. Appreciate you, Kenneth. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Norman Powell knocks down both of his free throws. 10:20 to go. Bridges bringing it down against Pell Larson. Josh Hart came in for Mitchell Robinson. Bridges gets it over to Towns. A straightaway 3 on the pick and pop. Towns misses his first 3 of the second half. Khalil Ware with a nice rebound. Here comes Mitchell. Mitchell gets it over to Wiggins. Wiggins catches it on the run. Crosses over down the lane. Puts up the floater. Gets blocked by Bridges. Knocks the board over to McBride. McBride bringing it down left side of the court. Going to pull it back. Quick crossover to his left on Mitchell. Driving it down. Draws the foul. Foul on the floor. So side out of bounds for the Knicks. Power Stroke said, new subscriber, I'll definitely listen to more games here. Well, we cover every single Knicks game, Power Stroke, throughout the year. We're going to cover all 82 regular season games, including the playoff run, because we're going to go all the way to the finals. We're going to win the championship. I'm telling you right now. But we also, outside of that, we cover games Monday through Saturday. So when the Knicks aren't playing, we're picking a game around the league. We're covering that. Or if we don't have a particular game we want to cover, we'll cover all of them. We'll go around the league. We'll do an NFL red zone type of situation, except for the NBA. Towns down the lane gets stripped by Wiggins. No, they call a foul, a late foul. Those are the kind of fouls they were not calling the other night against Orlando. Right, K. Hazy? Right, Mark? So Wiggins picks up another foul. Side out of bounds again for the Knicks. At least we're picking up fouls. Should put us in the bonus early if we continue to do that. Knocked out of bounds by the Heat. 12 on the shot clock. McBride, got to get it in. Nobody's getting open. Get it into Josh Hart. Josh Hart fakes the handoff. Now he keeps it, crosses over to his right on Ware, driving it down, kicks it in the corner to Shamet, pump fake, step back three with the shot clock winding down over, oh my goodness, Landry Shamet with the step back three over Norman Powell. Like terrible shot, but he got it to go down. Norman Powell up top over to Mitchell. Mitchell up top being guarded by McBride, dancing with a quick crossover to his left. Beautiful move, up and under down the lane. Can get the layup to go. He almost got it to go. Beautiful move from Davion Mitchell on McBride. Drew the foul. Can't get the little up and under Alex English off the glass to go down, but he will go to the foul line for 2 free throws. DCL Love said playing zone gives players time to rest and jack up more threes. I mean, I think zone is a little bit more difficult to play than man-to-man because especially in modern basketball where you could just kind of switch everything, you don't have to travel as much. Playing zone forces you to recognize where players are and constantly be in communication with everybody. I think it's more tiring to play zone in the NBA. More difficult and more tiring to play zone. Easier to play man. George, what's up, George? Better we get these injuries out of the way early. What's up, Sheffy? What's up, George? Yeah. I mean, it's never good to go through injuries at any point in the season, but early, hopefully you get all these out of the way and you're healthy at the end going towards the playoffs. Bridges gets it over to Towns. They bring a double team. Quickly hit Shamet. Goes up. Oh, my goodness, Landry Shamet with the poster on Khalil Ware. Where did that... Khalil Ware got a piece of it, but Shamet able to flush it down on a two-handed slam. Where did that come from, Landry Shamet? That's why Mike Brown loves this guy so much. Powell crosses over on Towns down the lane, scoop layup the left hand. Great defense, can't get it to go. Good box out from Bridges. Josh Hart able to chase down the loose ball. Now Josh Hart bringing it down left side of the court. Leaves it off for Towns, a deep three. Don't love that shot. Comes up short, long rebound, fight for it. Pell Larson able to grab it. Don't love that shot, Towns. Don't settle, brother. Don't settle. You're getting what you wanted right now. Wiggins has it up top, being guarded by Josh Hart. Cross court over to Larson. Pump fakes, driving it down against McBride. Draws the foul. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. 8:40 to go here in the third quarter. Relic said in the 11-point lead, loving it. Is it 11? My bad. It is not 11, it's 10. 10-point lead. 10-point lead. Well, Larson's at the foul line for 2 free throws. 88-78 is the score. Score was slightly off, my apologies. Larson knocks down the first one. He's got one more coming. Cutting it back to a single-digit game. Mark said Shame got fouled on that flush too. They don't protect guys shooting layups nearly as much as they protect guys shooting jump shots, which is so weird to me. Larson knocks down both free throws. It's so weird to me. Shamet bringing it down. Shamet has it up top, being guarded by Mitchell. Coming to his left off the town screen. Over to Josh Hart. Josh Hart up top. Over to Shamet. Shamet pump fakes, driving it down in the lane. Scoop layup with the right hand. Landry Shamet, have yourself a night, brother. Landry Shamet finishes the right-handed layup over Khalil Ware. It's the Landry Shamet game. Mitchell has it up top to get it over to Wiggins. Quick jab step, driving it down middle of the lane. Kicks it out to a wide-open Larson. Right corner three, and he splashes it. Beautiful player movement there for the Heat. Good drive and kick from Wiggins. Miami cashes in on the three there, 83-90, a 7-point game. Both of these teams going back and forth, but the Knicks holding on to a slight lead here. Bridges gets it into Towns in the post, being guarded by Ware. Up top, the Bridges, wide open three, line me up, comes up short on it. McBride fighting for it, but Ware able to pick it up. Quick outlet to Larson. Larson bringing it down right side of the court, being picked up by Shamet. Up top to Wiggins. Wiggins over to Powell. Powell pump fakes, driving it down, draws the foul on Josh Hart. And a foul on the floor. So side out of bounds for the Heat. Amy said Shamet trying to put on 31-point half. He said, Towns, thank you for that first half, Carlton Towns, but I got it from here. I got it from here, Towns. You can go rest in the corner. Watch me cook. Coming off the screen, coming down to his right hand, a little no-look, quick flip up with the right hand, got it to go. I don't know where this sauce came from with Landry Shamet, but I like it. The Knicks back into this 3-2 zone. They get it over to Powell. Powell driving it down against Josh Hart. Scoop with the left hand pass. Towns can't get it to go. Good job protecting the rim from Towns, forcing the miss. Josh Hart bringing it down over to Bridges. A pull-up three in transition, knock me down. Comes up short. And Powell able to grab the rebound, home run pass. Bridges picks it off, shoves it over to Shamet. Shamet's going to line me up. Can't get it to go. Would have popped off for a Landry Shamet three there as Khalil Ware lost the shoe. So now it's 5-on-4. Miami doesn't have their guy down there, and yet they end up with a wide-open three for Larson. And they give up an offensive rebound for Wiggins. How does that happen when Miami has the least amount of players on the court? How does that happen when you're 5-on-4? How do you give up an open three and then give up the offensive rebound? That makes no sense. Wiggins down low. They swing it around. Larson, a right corner three. Just missed one out of the left corner. But if you give him too many open looks, he's going to knock him down. The Knicks not locked in defensively the last couple of possessions. Good timeout from Mike Brown. Disgusting defensive effort coming out of the half there. We're under 7 minutes to go. I did not restart my timer, did I? I did not. Here we go. We'll sync it up right now. 6:53 exactly to go. Mark said, bro, Larson who? You don't know Pell Larson? We went over him in the pregame, Mark. We went over him in the pregame. He'll come up here in a second because now we're up to band. Come up here in a second. If you don't know, learn to know because he's putting on a show now. You know what the Miami Heat are saying? They're saying, bro, Landry Shamet who? That's who they're saying. So don't give me the Pell Larson who. Because modern basketball is all about the end of the bench guys who can come in and just give you something. We've been through this many times before. Mark said, I missed the pregame. Let me bring you up to speed real quick then. Happy hour. True, Mark, true. I got you. He'll come up in a second here. He's down the list. He's a decent 10th or 11th man. When Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo come back healthy, he'll likely won't be in the rotation anymore. But who knows? He got the start today. And he's playing really well tonight. So maybe he's earning himself some rotation minutes. Mark said the arc is the only hope they have. Usually when you're down double digits, you start leaning a little bit more on your three-point shooting. But it's really easy for Miami right now because the Knicks are not hustling back on defense and closing out to shooters. There's Pell Larson. 9.6 points per game so far this year, 35% three-point shooter. He has come into the league as the archetype of a three-point shooter, of a 3-and-D guy. Both his three-point shooting and his defense so far early in his career have been pretty average. But he is that archetype. He can knock down threes, especially if you give him multiple opportunities and multiple looks at the basket. He's a decent defender, good physical defender. Flies around, a smart, intuitive player. But if you give him multiple opportunities, he's going to come through eventually. DJ said, Heat are good at developing players. Yes, they are. I mean, they always find the guys. They always find a guy. Right? I'm looking at Drew Smith now. Mark said, he's a scrub. There are no scrubs in modern basketball, dude. They don't exist anymore. They don't. You can have Pell Larson coming in off the bench, and he's up to 14 points now. 4 for 6 from the field, 3 for 4 from 3. And you can have Landry Shamet coming in. He's 5 for 9 from the field, 3 for 6 from 3, 13 points, and he's, hitting some crazy shots. Dribbling it against Norman Powell, step back deep right corner 3, fading out of bounds, and he's going to knock it down. Miami Heat are saying the same thing about Landry Shamet. They're like, this scrub tonight is gonna kill us. Right? It's one thing if it's Towns, one thing if it's Norman Powell, it's another thing if it's the end of the bench guys. Well, that can happen if you're not locked in enough. Again, you gave Pell Larson 2 wide open corner threes by not getting back on defense. He's gonna knock him down eventually. Noah Linden with a very generous super chat. Appreciate you, Noah. Said Ryan Kalkbrenner is scoring 10 points per game on 83% shooting and making 2.4 blocks per game. Rookie of the year so far? No, I think as of right now that is VJ Edgecombe. But Cooper Flagg is going to end up winning Rookie of the Year. He's already significantly better than where he was to start the year. Here we go. We're back into it. Bridges driving to his left. Gets under the basket. Kicks it out to Shamet. Extra pass to Josh Hart. Josh Hart driving to his left. Had Towns wide open. Missed him. But he gets it over to Bridges. Lining it up. Too strong. Can't get it to go. Now here comes Davion Mitchell. Quickly pushing it the other way. Mitchell up top. Dancing with it against Josh Hart. Mitchell quick crossover to his left. Drive down the lane. High off glass with the left hand. Towns comes over without. They call a foul on Josh Hart on the Davion Mitchell drive. So Khalil Ware had a two-handed putback slam. But they're not going to count it. Mitchell will go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Young the hot boy. What's up, Young? When a team doesn't play defense, anyone wide open can score. Straight facts. I mean, if you leave a guy wide open in the NBA, he's probably going to knock it down, no matter who he is. Davion Mitchell knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. Miami has the opportunity to knock it back to a 2-point game, just like that. Miami, quick, fast-paced team. Power stroke syndicate, so let's go Heat. They're never out of a game. Can't take them lightly. McBride comes in for Bridges. Simon said, why do you have a mic in your hand with the body mic in your shirt? I need something to do with my hand, Simon. I need something to do with my hand. So I got my fake prop mic. McBride has it up top. Gets fouled by Davion Mitchell. Davion Mitchell goes down holding his leg. A little hobbled after that one. Maybe rolled the ankle a little bit as he tried to go for the steal. McBride picked up the foul. Gets up, hobbles a little bit. He's going to try and walk it off. He's going to remain in the game. S2 Mar 33 said Towns hasn't scored in the second half. He has not. He has not. Still sitting with the 31. They get it over to Clarkson. Now over to McBride. McBride coming to his right. Gets it over to Clarkson. Clarkson extra pass to Shamet. Wide open right corner three. Knock me down, Landry Shamet. Who else to go to but Landry Shamet? Jaime Jaquez up top to Davion Mitchell. Now over to Jaquez. Jaquez, quick crossover to his left on McBride. Spins back to his right. Down the lane. Euro steps. Puts up the floater. Can't get it to go. The Knicks calling for a travel. They didn't call it, but he missed the layup anyway. Here comes Josh Hart bringing it down left side of the court. Being picked up by Jaquez. Up top to McBride. Jab step coming to his left in the middle of the lane. Leaves it off for Towns. Going to run right into Davion Mitchell. No charge call. I thought they were going to give him the charge. They didn't. Karl-Anthony Towns able to knock down the easy layup because of it with the no foul call. Knicks back up by 7. Jaquez down the lane. Throws it up with the left hand. Can't get the layup to go, but the loose ball. Josh Hart able to rip it away, and he's going to bring it down the other way. Good control from Josh Hart. Shoves it over to Towns. Towns Euro steps down the lane. Through the contact. Can't get the layup to go. Gets his own offensive rebound. And he lays it up and in, and Josh Hart goes down holding his right knee. No layup for Karl-Anthony Towns because they call an offensive foul on Josh Hart going for the loose ball, but Josh Hart's down on the floor holding his knee. Knicks dropping like flies right now. Power Stroke Syndicate with a very generous super chat. Appreciate you, Power Stroke Syndicate. Thank you for the generosity tonight, guys. Thank you. Josh Hart, man. You know he's a warrior. You know he's going to play through. He's not looking at the bench. He's going to remain in the game, but very clearly banged up. We know he's dealing with the finger. He had the back spasms earlier in the season, in the preseason. Held him out for the first couple of games to start the year. As Miami's in the bonus, they're going to go to the foul line with 2 free throws. And now, as Josh Hart hit the floor, holding on to his knee. $5:20 to go here. Jaquez knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. David said, we need Shamet. Shamet's been on fire, man. He's up to 16 points. He's our second leading scorer tonight. Jaquez knocked down the first one, and he knocks down the second one. Back to a 5-point game. Miami had it as low as 2. Back to 5. It was up to 7. McBride gets it over to Hart. Hart over to Clarkson. Open left corner 3. Line me up. Way too strong. Shoots up an air ball. Powell with the weak side rebound. Hit ahead to Mitchell. Mitchell leaves it off for Powell. A straightaway 3 is the trailer, and he knocks it down. Back to a 2-point game. Back and forth affair here tonight. Josh Hart bringing it down. Mitchell Robinson, and I think that's Mikal Bridges over at the scores table. They swing it over to McBride. Wide open right wing 3. Miami's in this zone, and it's not working out well. Fight for the loose ball. It's a 4-on-2 fast break for Miami. They kick it out to Powell for an open 3 in transition. He can't get it to go. Josh Hart comes flying back, and he picks up the rebound. Knicks catch a bit of a break there as Miami settled for a 3 when they could have had an easy layup. Josh Hart over to Shamet in the right corner. Jab step. Swings through, going along the baseline. Gets the easy layup out of it. And the foul. Norman Powell put his hand on the back of Landry Shamet. The referees are just handing fouls out right now. But Landry Shamet's going to go to the foul line for one more. Not a lot, but some pretty ticky-tack fouls here. Norman Powell very clearly has his hand on the back of Shamet as he goes up for the layup. That's an easy foul with the extension there from Powell. It's an easy foul to call. But both sides now getting a little frustrated with the shooting, with the foul calls. Shamet's at the foul line for one more. Mark said he pushed him. He did. He did. I mean, I don't know if he pushed him, but he did have his hand on his back, which is a very, very easy foul call. Can't have your hand on somebody as they're going up in the air. Very easy foul call to give. Shamet does knock down his and one free throw. I mean, Landry Shamet's up to 18 points tonight. Who would have thought the Landry Shamet night? Jaime Hawkins down the lane against Robinson, leans in, puts up the floater over him, gets it to go. Robinson with the 5 fouls now. 4 fouls, 5 fouls. He's back in the game with the 4 fouls. He did not want to pick up his 5th. McBride gets it over to Clarkson. Clarkson back to McBride. Back to Clarkson, driving it down in the lane. Scoop lay with the left hand, can't get it to go, but he draws the foul on Larson. On Jovic, excuse me, on Jovic. Jovic and Larson, a little difficult to tell apart. They got similar hairstyles going on. Fontecchio as well, but Fontecchio, once you realize it's Fontecchio, then you can tell them apart. But Jovic and Powell, I mean, not Powell, Jovic and Larson look a little too close together when the camera's panned out. The only difference you could tell is the height. Jovic a little bit taller. 4:16 to go here in the third. Clarkson's at the foul line for 2 free throws. Knocks down the first one. Thank you. He had a miss earlier in the game, but now he's starting to knock down his free throws. He's getting on a bit of a roll with his free throw shooting. DJ said, I was thinking at first, what's the OTH on the screen? Oh, it's quarter. Crazy me. Maybe I should change the font on that. It does look like an OTH. Well, I think the R is pretty visible. I think that's a pretty visible line. But I should probably change the font on that for sure. Clarkson knocks down both free throws. Thank you for knocking down your free throws, Clarkson. Josh Hart back to the bench. He's drenched in sweat, hustling his butt off. Knicks back in the zone. I don't like it. They get it out to Jovic. They swing it over to Fontecchio. Can't give open threes to Fontecchio, and he knocks it down. Who could have not seen that coming? Get out of that zone, Mike Brown. What are we doing? I don't like it. Shaman has it up top, coming to his left off the Robinson screen. Pulls it back out, being guarded by Drew Smith. They swing it over to Bridges. Bridges crosses over, and they call the travel on Mikal Bridges. He knows it. Drew Smith has it on the left wing, up top to Jaquez. They swing it over to Jovic. He's going to put up the 3 over Robinson. Too strong, can't get it to go. Good box out from Shaman. Bridges able to come in and grab the rebound. And now Bridges bringing it down. Coming to his left off a Robinson screen. Over to Shaman. Jab step. Pulls it back out. Being guarded by Fontecchio. Dancing with it. Coming to his right. Putting his head down. Attacking. Beats him off the bounce and gets the righty layup to go. Landry Shaman, where did this come from? Who is this Landry Shaman? I don't know, but I love it. I'm loving him. Jaquez has it up top. Being guarded by Shaman. Spinning off of him in the lane. Puts up the little floater. Got it to go. Jaquez just using his size over Shaman. This is why I do not like the zone. I do not like the zone. The Knicks are not a zone team. They do not have the personnel to play the zone. Not out there right now. I don't like it. Get out of the zone. It has not done the Knicks well. Miami getting easy offense out of it. Clarkson has it up top. Coming to his right off a Robinson screen. Driving it down. Euro steps down the lane. Runs into Robinson. Loses the handle. Picks it back up. Fall away jumper. Got it to go. Okay, we'll take it. Making something out of nothing for Jordan Clarkson. We're just trading baskets right now. Neither team able to stop the other. They quickly get it over to Wiggins going along the baseline. Gets shut off. Kicks it up top to Jaquez. Over to Smith. Gets it over to Fontecchio. Sets his feet. Fires from 3. In and out. Can't get it to go. Good defense from Clarkson. Bridges able to secure the rebound. We're bringing it down the other way. We finally got a stop on an in and out 3 from Fontecchio. Got caught a break there. They get it over to Shaman. Quick catch and fire. He's feeling himself. Gets not fouled by Wiggins. Robinson keeping the rebound alive. McBride able to chase it down. Robinson dives for it. Can't get it, but Clarkson able to. He leaves it off of Bridges. Extra pass, Shaman. Wide open. Line me up. Can't get it to go. Fontecchio with the weak side rebound. Gets it over to Jaquez. Jaquez bringing it down. Robinson first to the floor, by the way. He wants to win this basketball game. He's going to do whatever it takes to win. Jaquez picks up his handle. Gets it over to Smith. Smith on the right wing. Attacking Robinson off the bounce. Scoop layup. Can't get it to go. And a foul on Robinson. Get out of this zone, Mike Brown. You are killing Mitchell Robinson. Trust his defense as a rim protector. You're putting him in a position where he has to guard perimeter players out on the perimeter. You are not utilizing Mitchell Robinson correctly. Mark said Garden would have exploded. I was ready to. You heard the call. I was ready to explode for it. King Donson, who can tell what happened to OG? Strained hamstring earlier to start the game, and he's out for the rest of the night. David said, line me up, Shaman. He has been lining it up all night. Joseph Dad said, Shaman is the first one in Brunson's empty ice tub tonight. Hip Hop said, I can't wait till Robinson's off this team. Brother, I can't wait for him. to get into the playoffs and shut you all up yet again, same way he did last year. King Don said, where's OG? OG is out, King Don. He is out the remainder of the game. Yak said, what a great game. It is a great game. Back and forth affair. Both of these teams down important players. I do not like the Knicks going to the zone. It has not worked the entirety of the quarter. Why are we still in the zone? Mike Brown has effectively played Mitchell Robinson out of this game. My hat is... There we go. Bring some life back into my hat. My goodness. Hip-Hop said, another dumb foul by Robinson. That's a foul on the coach. That is Mike Brown's fault. Why are you in a zone where you're putting Mitchell Robinson in a position where he has to go guard Drew Smith out on the perimeter because you're playing a zone and he has to go cover the wings and the corners? That is a dumb decision by Mike Brown. I understand maybe if Towns is out there, you want to go to a zone a little bit. Okay, fine. Don't go to a zone when Mitchell Robinson's on the court. You want him as close to the basket as possible. Ike said Mike Brown is stubborn like Tibbs. That zone is Olay to the paint. Shaking my head. Look, he's experimenting. We've talked about this. He's experimenting, but it's clearly not working. It's clearly not working. This is a game I want to, and you want to. You want to win. This is a game I want to win. You want to win. The team wants to win. All of that. It is an NBA Cup game. If the Knicks lose this, they're effectively out of the running for the NBA Cup playoff. So you'll want to win this game. You'll want to win it just because you're coming off a bad loss against Orlando. You'll want to win it because you lost to Miami earlier in the year. You'll want to win it because now you're down Jalen Brunson. You want to prove to yourselves that the offense can still move without him. But this third quarter has not been it. This third quarter has not been it, especially defensively. Hip-Hop said Mike Brown is nothing like Tibbs. They are similar. They are similar. They are stubborn, but stubborn in different ways. Stubborn about different things. DCLF said, what zone are we playing? It looks like a traditional 2-3 zone. Nothing special about it. The two guards up top and the three forwards, the three front court players down low. Which means that you're spreading out your front court players to cover the wings and the corners. I just don't like it. Mike Brown is trying to adjust to the smaller Miami Heat when you were dominating previously by having Mitchell Robinson closer to the basket. You dominated Mitchell Robinson dominated the first half with his rebounding in his 7 minutes by being closer to the basket. Makes no sense to change up the way you were playing. You had a 10-point lead at halftime because of the way you played, and then you changed it up in the third quarter, and you're getting slaughtered defensively so far here in the third because of it. The zone is not working. I get experimenting. Tonight might not be the night. And for as long as he's experimenting with it, may not be the moment. Bridges picks up his handle, gets it over to McBride. We're back into it. Under 2 minutes to go. McBride coming to his right off a Towns screen. Gets it over to Towns. Towns catches, pump fakes, driving it down, kicks it out to McBride, sets his feet, pump fakes, driving to his left, mid-range jumper over Drew Smith. At the buzzer, got it to go. Deuce McBride has been a nice release valve for the New York Knicks so far here tonight. 102-106. I forgot to give Miami a 2-point basket earlier. So it's 102-106. Jovic down the lane. He kicks it out to Drew Smith. Drew Smith up top being guarded by McBride. Looks like the Knicks are back into a man-to-man, finally. Jaquez down the lane, kicks it out to Wiggins, left wing three, he's open, can't get it to go. Jovic, an offensive rebound though, kicks it out to Jaquez. Jaquez tries to get the inside pass, Bridges knocks it loose, and Towns able to get the steal. And now here comes Clarkson bringing it down. Clarkson up top being picked up by Jovic. Clarkson hesitates, now driving to his right. Wiggins picks him up, picks up his handle, so he gets it over to Bridges. Bridges on the right wing, back up top to Clarkson. Clarkson being guarded by Wiggins, now guarded by Drew Smith on a switch to get into Towns in the post, swings through along the baseline, goes up, puts up the floater, in and out, can't get it to go, grabs his own offensive rebound, lays it back up and in. Way to be a big man. His first points of the second half come with under 2 minutes to go here. Jaquez down the lane, leaves it off for Wiggins, goes up, smokes the layup, can't grab the rebound, but Jaquez able to grab it, has it in the paint now, goes up, can't get it to go. Wiggins snags another offensive rebound, and he lays it up and in. Knicks struggling to gang rebound down there. Obviously, they're small, but there's three guys down there, and you got out-rebounded by Jaquez and Wiggins. Clarkson has it up top, calling for a screen, gets it over to Bridges. Bridges up top, coming to his left, a pull-up three for Bridges as they went under the screen, and he shoots up an air ball. Mikal Bridges has been ice cold so far here in the second half. Ice cold. 28 seconds to go here. The Knicks may have an opportunity to get one more shot off here. We'll see what Miami's able to do. They get it over to Fontecchio. Fontecchio, the Knicks back in the zone. Back into the 2-3 zone. Back over to Jovic, driving it down, middle of the lane, back up top to Smith, extra pass Fontecchio. McBride does a good job running off the line. Sidestep 3 for Fontecchio, can't get it to go. Good defense from McBride to get it over to Clarkson. 10 seconds to go. Clarkson and the Knicks should have an opportunity to get a decent shot off here. 5 seconds to go. You got to go. Clarkson one-on-one, blows past. Jovic can't get it to go, but he draws the foul. Clarkson going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Excellent explosive move from Jordan Clarkson with 1.7 left on the clock. Clarkson will go to the foul line for 2 free throws, and the Knicks will survive this quarter with probably a 6-point lead, but Clarkson has to knock down his free throws. Student said, shut your mouth, Sheffy. I know one big difference between Brown and Tibbs. Hair and 5 strands, big difference. Very true, Susan. Very true. Very true. Clarkson is at the foul line for 2 free throws. Knocks down the first one. Thank you. Please knock down your free throws. We got one more coming. Karen reminding people to the like button. Appreciate you, Karen. Absolutely. If you're enjoying the show so far, please go ahead and hit the like button. And go ahead and subscribe because we cover the NBA, especially the Knicks. Cover every single Knicks game all season long, but also go around the league on a nightly basis all season long. We stream Mondays through the weekend. We stream one day during the weekend as Jaquez fires a half-court heave. Close, but no cigars. He can't get it to go. Clarkson did knock down that second free throw. We now, at the end of the third quarter, will go around the league. It's been a while. I did not go around the league at halftime because we spent so long talking about other things. Nick Yak. They survived that quarter with a 6-point lead. 36-32 was the end of the quarter there. Knicks rallied at the end of it, finally. Let's go around the league real quick. Let me do this. Bring that back over there. Magic Nets locked into a tight game. Kent Neal, what's up, Kent Neal? Love to see you back in the chat, Kent. 76ers Pistons. 76ers with the lead now. Javonte Green with 17 points for the Pistons. The 76ers better win that game. With all the Pistons players that are out right now, 76ers better win that game. Blazers Rockets. Rockets only up by 9. Blazers are solid this year, man. Don't be surprised when we go play the Blazers when that time comes and the Blazers give us a tough fight. Hornets Bucks. 8-point game. Bucks losing to the Hornets. Didn't they lose to the Hornets the other night as well? Hornets 4-7. Maybe they might start rallying these Hornets. Who knows? We'll see how that game plays out. Kings Timberwolves 59-55. The Lakers Pelicans. Lakers starting to blow out the Pelicans. There's a 13-point lead for the Lakers at halftime. To be expected. Luka with 20 points and 9 assists already. That's what Luka does. Clippers Mavericks 30-27. Bottom of the barrel competition right there. Bottom of the barrel game right there. And then Warriors Spurs are the late game. After this Knicks game wraps up, we'll get Warriors Spurs. We will not be doing Warriors Spurs tonight. We will be doing just Knicks Heat. Mark said rooting for a Nets upset for sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. The Knicks don't play until Monday, so we have to pick out what game we want to watch. We got Thunder Hornets. Not sure about that. Grizzlies Cavs, absolutely not. The Grizzlies are terrible. Got Raptors Pacers. No, thank you. Pacers suck. Lakers Bucks might be interesting. 8 o'clock start time tomorrow night. Who knows? Who knows? Y'all want to see? You also have Nuggets Timberwolves at 8. Do we think Nuggets Timberwolves or Lakers Bucks tomorrow? Victor Barohana, my man Victor. Happy to see you again, Vic. How you doing, brother? How you doing? You taking over the league, my man. You taking over the league. Do we want Lakers Bucks tomorrow or do we want Nuggets Timberwolves? Do we want Jokic or do we want Luka? Do we want Giannis or do we want Edwards? I think these are 2 pretty good games. We know Nuggets Timberwolves has that rivalry that they got going on. Let me throw it in the chat. Lakers Bucks, please. Let me throw it in the chat. Whatever wins in the chat is what we will be doing tomorrow. I'm pretty good with both of those games. AB said OG again can't have nice things. OG has been rarely injured with the Knicks since he's gotten here. I don't want to do a Q&A. I want to do a poll. We are also back here, start of the 4th quarter, but let's do this real quick. Tomorrow night's game. We have Lakers versus Bucks. Or we have Nuggets versus Timberwolves. So the Miami Heat come out to start the fourth quarter with the ball. There we go. We're going to start that poll. And now we're going to start the fourth quarter. Knicks back in this zone. I don't like it. Get it over to Wiggins. Wiggins going along the baseline, leaves it off for Hawkins in the middle of the lane, gets the easy hook shot layup to go. This has not worked out one bit. This zone has not worked out one bit. I don't like it. I don't like it. Why do we keep going to it? They get it over to Shamit. Shamit driving to his right along the baseline. Gets shut off by Fontecchio. Up top to Josh Hart. Gets it over to Bridges. Bridges back to Josh Hart. Driving to his left. Down the lane. Puts up the hook shot. Gets blocked. But gets fouled by Wiggins. Josh Hart going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. $11:30 to go. 30 seconds into it. And Spoelstra and the Heat already upset. That's a foul call on Wiggins. It's an absolute thing. He smacks him all over his arm and then falls on top of him. What are you mad at? What are you mad at, Wiggins? I don't understand that. I don't understand. Josh Hart with 9 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists tonight so far. Just an absolute dominant game from Josh Hart. Just in all aspects of it, as always. As always. He's now got the double-double. You need 3 more assists for the triple-double. Knicks up by 5. Knicks up by 5. Josh Hart, knocked down the first one, comes up short on the second one. Come on, man. Here comes Jaime Jaquez bringing it down the other way. Jaquez gets it over to Smith. Knicks back in that zone. Up top to Jaquez. In the corner to Wiggins. Catches, pump fakes. Now over to Jaquez, driving down the middle of the lane. Can't get the layup to go. Rashad Johnson with the rebound. Can't get it to go. Jaime Jaquez just smokes a putback layup. Can't get it to go. And now here comes Bridges after he finally snags the rebound. They get it over to Clarkson, driving it down. Gets caught in the air. Kicks it over to nobody, but finds its way to Shamit. Shamit down low to Josh Hart along the baseline. Up top to Clarkson. Catches, pump fakes. Now he's going to put up the 3 after setting his feet, and he rattles it in. Another assist for Josh Hart. Clarkson another 3, and the Knicks are back up by 8. 106 to 114. Wiggins down the lane, tries to kick it in the corner to Johnson, and right through his hands, a bad pass from Wiggins. Johnson incapable of handling the hot pass, and he can't get it. It goes out of bounds. Shamit on the left wing, coming to his right, over to Josh Hart, over to Bridges. Bridges a right wing 3. Too strong, can't get it to go. Robinson skies for the offensive rebound, and then gets fouled. Drawing the fouls, grabbing the rebounds, dominating the boards. They can't keep him off. The best hope they have is that he fouls out. Ken Neal, my brother. Big Arthur plug. What's up, Big? Fourth quarter, not fifth quarter. Hopefully. Oh, fifth quarter. My bad. Thank you, Arthur. Thank you. I pressed the button twice. We're in the fourth quarter. Yes, we are. Did I not change? Come on, change. They get it over to Shamit. Shamit hands it off to Clarkson. Clarkson coming to his right up the Robinson screen. Driving it down. Stops. Tries to get a little too fancy with his handle. Picks it back up. Gets it out to Clarkson. Clarkson dancing with it. Too much from Clarkson. A straightaway 3. Should have just swung it over to Josh Hart. Long rebound. Bridges able to save it. And Clarkson has it up top. Clarkson dancing with it. Crosses over to his right. Stops. Turns. Spins in the paint. Gets stripped. Out of bounds. It's going to remain with the Knicks. With 7 on the shot clock. So they got more than enough time to come up with a good offensive play here. George Jones said 7 offensive rebounds in 12 minutes. Yep. Mark said Mitch has small feet. You ever noticed that? Never once looked at his feet, brother. Shaman's got to get it in. They get it into Clarkson. Clarkson on the left wing. 5 seconds to go. Clarkson driving it down against Drew Smith. Stops. Pump fake. Leans in. Knocked out of his hands. Fall away. He's got to get it up with the buzzer. Can't get it to go. Robinson. Another offensive rebound. Saves it over to Bridges. Over to Shamit. Shamit lined me up with the 3. Can't get it to go, but he gets fouled. He's back to the foul line for 3 more free throws. Because of why? Why is Shamit back to the foul line for 3 more free throws? Mitchell Robinson. How many times do I got to say it? How many times do you guys have to see it to recognize the impact that this man has on the game? open three after open three after open three. Why? Because you can't keep Mitchell Robinson off the glass. It takes two people to box him out. And even when you have two people to box him out, he's still going to probably grab the rebound anyway. It's ridiculous. His 8th offensive rebound of the night. Shaman knocks down the free throw. He's got another one coming. Hip Hop said Shaman's basketball IQ is low. He takes some awful shots. I don't think his basketball IQ is low. I think he's feeling it tonight. I think his audacity is high tonight. I think that's what's going on with Shaman. He's feeling himself. He's taking some heat check shots for sure. His role on this team is to get shots up. His role on this team is to get three-point shots up. And he's taking a couple of heaters, taking a couple of heat check shots. That's fine. He's got 23 points tonight. Knocked down all three of his feet. He's got 23 points tonight. You're entitled to take a couple of heat check shots. Jaquez has it up top being guarded by Shaman. They get it over. No, they're back in the zone. So when they swing it over to Smith, up over to Wiggins on the left wing. Wiggins coming to his right now, over to Larson. Larson trying to drive it down on Shaman. Now up top to Wiggins. Wiggins one-on-one against Clarkson. Driving it down. Gets stripped. Good defense from Clarkson. Josh Hart picks it up, shovels it over to Clarkson. Clarkson shovels it over to Shaman, over to Bridges. Left wing three, line me up finally. Get me to go down finally. Mikal Bridges got one to go, and a timeout for Spoelstra and the Heat. The Knicks up by 14. The ball movement is flying. The threes are going down, and the Knicks are hustling their butt off, picking up steals, pushing it the other way. Josh Hart pushing the pace, going the other way. They reward and feed Mikal Bridges, who's been ice cold in the third quarter, but has come out knocking down shots so far here in the fourth. Knicks up by 14, 9.5 to go. The Miami Heat are not out of this game. The Miami Heat got shooters. Norman Powell will come back in. Khalil Ware will come back in, and the Knicks got to be ready for it. Now, I need Karl-Anthony Towns to come back in. He's sitting with, 33 points? He's only scored 2 points in the second half after a 31-point first half. Kenta, what's up, Kenta? 3 to the head. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Nick Yak said, how pretty. Absolutely. That fast break was super pretty. You're absolutely right about that, Yak. Josh Hart picked up the loose ball after Clarkson and Shaman converged to knock it loose. Josh Hart picks it up, puts his head down, drives it the other way. It's a 3-on-2. Josh Hart shovels it over to Clarkson. Clarkson catches it, gets all the way to the rim, wrap around pass over to Shaman. Shaman in the corner, catches it, swings it over to Mikal Bridges, who's hustling his butt off, trying to get to that wing, catches it, rises, and finally knocks one down here in the second half, and now we have a 14-point lead. Mikal Bridges is up to 15. Clarkson's up to 22. Shaman's got 24. We know Karl-Anthony Towns got 30-plus tonight. Josh Hart's chipped in 10 points, 10 rebounds, and 8 assists, doing everything he needs to do, giving us everything he's got. We know he's banged up with the knee. He was holding the knee earlier. We know he's got the back spasm. We know he's got the bad finger that's got nerve damage in his hand, his shooting hand. We know it can look ugly. It don't matter. He's giving you everything else he's got. Kay Hazy said, listen, Bridges has 6 steals. He's still good with me. Oh, listen, he was ice cold shooting, but he's still giving you everything else you need him to give you. Mikal Bridges with 15 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. He's still giving you, that's his average. 15, 5, and 5 is his average. So he's pretty much at his average. But also the defense has been there. The communication has been there. The movement without the ball has been there. All of it. All of it's been there so far. Lonamona said, Knicks Magic sat 22 be there in Orlando? Saturday, 22? What's that? They played them again on Saturday? In Orlando, because I know we have a 5-game road trip coming up. After tonight, we go to Miami to start the 5-game road trip. DCL Love said, running around screens leaves no legs on the jump shots. Well, if you're an NBA player and you know your job is to run around screens and get to those jump shots, you should have the legs for it. You should have the legs for it. Ken Tot with the subscription. Appreciate you, Ken Tot. Hope you're having a good time tonight. Hope everybody's been having a good time tonight. I know I have. I know I'm walking away happy for the most part. Also, I didn't give the Knicks the 3. I was too busy celebrating the 3. They didn't actually reward the 3. It's 120 to 106 with 9:30 to go here in the fourth quarter. 120 is the score, host. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got you, Kenta. I got you. Knicks with the momentum. Good timeout from Eric Spoelstra, obviously, as the Knicks and the Garden are rocking right now. Yak said, does he come out with Mitch? I'll tell you right now. As Davion Mitchell brings it down. Mitchell Robinson is out there along with Clarkson, Bridges, Josh Hart, and Shaman, the same lineup. Jaquez has it in the left corner, dancing with it against Josh Hart, spins to his right, kicks it out to Davion Mitchell on the left wing, puts up the three, can't get it to go. Robinson with the rebound. Get it over to Shaman. The Miami Heat come out with Kel'el Ware, who's back in, along with Jaquez, Davion Mitchell, Pell Larson, and Norman Powell. Shaman gets it over to Josh Hart. Josh Hart fakes the hand off the Bridges. Josh Hart has it. Powell picks him up, tries to hand it off, loose ball. Jaime Jaquez picks it up, driving it down against Josh Hart, leans in, gets the easy lefty layup to go as Josh Hart allowed him to go, so he didn't give him the and one. Bad turnover there. He led to an easy layup. Josh Hart upset at himself and his team and the situation that just transpired there. 8:40 to go. Josh Hart has it on the right wing, coming to his left off the Robinson screen. Stops, turns, spins, gets it over to Bridges, curling off a Robinson screen. Step back, foul line jumper, comes up short. Loose ball, offensive rebound. Robinson had it, lost it, and then knocked out of bounds off of Norman Powell. Guess who saved another possession for the Knicks? The Knicks will have another possession out of bounds off of Powell. Why? Because they cannot keep Mitchell Robinson off the glass. Anthony Towns is subbing in here. Don't tell me you're coming in for Robinson. Coming in for Robinson. Keep my man Mitchell Robinson in the game, Coach Brown. I know you want to give him out there for a couple of spurts here and there and whatnot, but keep him in the game, brother. Or at least bring him back in the game. That better not be the last time we see Mitchell Robinson with the way this game is going. Although if the Knicks pull away eventually, then hopefully we don't have to bring him back in the game. But I don't expect the Miami Heat to go away quietly here. Bridges got to get it in somewhere. Finally gets it into Towns along the right baseline. Towns, off a double team, has it in the right corner, trapped. Crazy cross-court pat over to Clarkson. Clarkson up top to Josh Hart. Josh Hart driving it down all the way to the basket, hangs in the air, can't get the layup to go, but knocked out of bounds by Kel'el Ware. It's going to remain with the Knicks yet again. 8:10 to go here in the fourth quarter. Knicks up by 12. And they get another possession. And that's out of bounds off of Josh Hart. But the Miami Heat don't have another challenge, as Miami used both of them in the first half. Deuce McBride subs back in for Shamet here. Great minutes for Shamet as the Garden crowd gives him a rousing standing ovation. Excellent game from Landry Shamet. We'll probably see him again as he'll come back in eventually. Clarkson gets it over to Towns. Towns on the right wing. Takes the handoff, driving it down against Jaquez. Kicks it out to McBride, a right wing three. Can't get it to go. Long rebound. Towns picks it up. They swing it over to Clarkson. And the Knicks just killing them on the boards now. They swing it over to Towns, who fires a deep contested three. We didn't need that. Just keep playing your offense, Towns. We don't need that. Jaquez with the rebound. They're bringing it down. Jaquez up top. Gets it over to Davion Mitchell, being guarded by McBride. Over to Larson as Josh Hart loses track of him. Larson shoots up an air ball. And Clarkson able to pick up the long rebound. Clarkson has it up top as Bridges hit the floor on the other end. Now he gets back. Clarkson has it up top, being guarded by Kel'el Ware in a switch. Crossover to his left, leans in, reverse layup to the right side. Beautiful move from Jordan Clarkson, taking Kel'el Ware off the bounce, going to his left, but finishing on the right side of the rim, using it as an extra protection there. Back up by 14, 7:30 to go. And Miami will bring it down. Davion Mitchell has it up top. They get it over to Norman Powell, back to Mitchell, now over to Hawkins, driving to his right, middle of the lane, leaves it off inside to Kel'el Ware for an easy two-handed slam. Very nicely breaking down the zone there. Knicks bringing it down the other way. Josh Hart has it up top, coming to his left off a Town screen, over to McBride, back to Hart. Hart up top, gets it over to Clarkson. Clarkson being guarded by Pell Larson, knocked out of bounds by Larson. 7 minutes to go. Susan said, looking like a pull away to me. I'm just saying, I'm never going to underestimate the Heat. Never going to celebrate too early against the Heat. These guys don't go away quietly. We watched that Miami Heat-Cleveland game. They're not going to go away easily. They're not going to go away quietly. And a foul on Kel'el Ware. Wow. Miami now getting frustrated with some of these foul calls. I didn't see the foul there, but we'll take it. We'll take it, of course. 122, 110. With 7 minutes to go, the Knicks will inbound it. Off the foul call on Kel'el Ware. Are we going to get a timeout? And the Knicks are going to use a timeout here. All right. Let's go around the league. We could also go through the box scores. Karl-Anthony Towns, 13 for 24 now, 6 for 13 from 3. 35 points for him after 31 first half points. He did his job in the first half, and everybody else picked it up in the second half. We don't need those long threes anymore, Towns. We're good. Run our offense. We're good. Got a 12-point lead. Got 7 minutes to go. We're good. We're good. Let's go around the league. Might even look at the box scores. We have any finished games yet? Nope. Nets Magic is about to wrap up. I mean, 124, it's a close game. It's a 1-point game. Nets, now Orlando's leading by 2 with 1:30 to go in that one. I could actually zoom in a little bit more so it's easier for you guys to see more. There we go. There we go. Let me also step out of the way of the timer there. You have 76ers Pistons. It's a 2-point game at the end of 3. How the Pistons are able to hang around, I don't know because I'm not watching these games. I don't know. Pistons are feisty, man. They got that belief. Even with all their stars out, they're in a tie ball game with the Philadelphia 76ers. Either the Sixers suck or the Pistons have taken a step up. And I think the Pistons have taken a step up, but I also think Philly sucks. Shaquille White said Nets game going crazy. What's up, Shaquille? Really? I hope the Nets can pull that one off. That'd be interesting. It'd be an interesting outcome. Alyssa Lester said Knicks win over the Heat. Let's go, Knicks. I'm rooting for it, Alyssa. I'm rooting for it. You got Hornets, Bucks. Hornets still holding the Bucks an arm's distance away. LaMelo's back out on the court. He's playing tonight after the ankle injuries. Kings, Timberwolves locked in a tight one so far. Lakers, Pistons still leading by 13 early in the third there. Clippers, Mavericks. That is a battle of the bottom over there in the Western Conference. Mark TV said, keep up the energy. Finish them. Absolutely. You have to play to the end. One, it's an NBA Cup game, so both teams are going to play to the end because the point differential matters. But I don't expect this Miami Heat team going away. It's only a 12-point lead. Only a 12-point lead. We could also go through the box scores. Corey Thornton, what's up, Corey? Richard Armstrong, what's up, Richard? Maybe if you stop looking like a clown, I would subscribe. If you don't like it, brother, you could go watch another channel. There's plenty of other channels who do play-by-play. If you're not enjoying yourself, you don't have to subscribe. Only subscribe if you're enjoying yourself. If you don't like it, there's plenty of other places you can go, my man. Other places I'm sure you would prefer. That's fine with me. Lakers tomorrow, it's looking like it. Lakers, Bucks are winning it, 63%. Here we go, we're back into it. Here we go. Shaman, gonna inbound it. Get it into Josh Hart, hands it off. No, doesn't hand it off. Keeps it. Hands it off to Shaman. Right wing, pull up 3. Didn't need it, but Landry Shaman said, I don't care, I'm feeling myself as he knocks it down. Landry Shaman working his way to a 30-point game. Landry Shaman said, it's my night. Karl-Anthony Towns, sorry, Karl-Anthony Towns, it's my night. They get over to Norman Powell, being guarded by Clarkson. The Knicks still in that zone. Norman Powell beats him off the bounce, kicks it out to Jaquez, extra pass to Larson, wide open 3 straight away. Can't get it to go down. Towns battling for the rebound. It's a loose ball. Jaquez able to grab it. They get it over to Kel'el Ware, over to Norman Powell, wide open right wing 3. Norman Powell splashes it. Nothing but net. Back to 12. Gets those 3 points right back. Josh Hart has it up top, coming to his left. They get it over to McBride. McBride on the right wing. They get it over to Karl-Anthony Towns. Karl-Anthony Towns, one-legged fall-away jumper. He doesn't hit those. He's never hit those. McBride battling on the glass, though. Dives for it, able to save it. Josh Hart picks it up. Deuce McBride doing his best Mitchell Robinson impression. I love it. Karl-Anthony Towns has it up top, being guarded by Jaquez. Towns, cross-court over to Josh Hart. He's going to put his head down and attack Kel'el Ware. Stop, pump fake, spin, fall-away jumper. It's his go-to shot. Too strong, can't get it to go. Battle for the loose ball again, and the Heat can't grab it. Clarkson has it inside pass to Towns. Gets blocked by Jaquez, but a foul is going to send Towns to the foul line for 2 free throws. And the Knicks are dominating the boards. They don't even need Mitchell Robinson on the floor right now. Dominating the boards. Miami just extremely small, but looking like a team that is losing their will right now. Only a 12-point game. 5:45 to go. They're not out of it. That 3-point shot is dangerous. They're going to be in it. But whew. Kent Neal said, how many bench points did the Knicks have? I don't know, but we'll round it up. We'll round it up. Boss man KP, what's up, boss man? Is this the last game you're doing tonight? It is. It is. I do have to wake up early tomorrow for work, so if I didn't have work tomorrow, we would jump right to the late game tonight, but unfortunately, I got to wake up early, so I can't stay up too late. But we will be doing a game tomorrow. Right now, it looks like Lakers-Bucks, boss man KP. It looks like Lakers-Bucks tomorrow. Towns is at the foul line. He knocked down the first free throw. He's got one more coming. Shamet comes in for McBride. Right to the bench. Towns misses the second free throw. Can't be missing free throws in this situation. It's only a 13-point game. Jaquez driving it down, going right at Karl-Anthony Towns, gets into the paint, kicks it out to nobody, but Wiggins able to save it to Powell. Powell has it up top, being guarded by Clarkson, dancing with it, coming to his right, crossing over to his left, down the lane, stops, puts up the floater. Towns comes over for the help, can't get it to go, and instead, he ends up fouling Powell as Powell knocks down the little floater, so we can knock it back to a 10-point game. The Miami Heat are not out of this one yet, y'all. They're a team that does not stop battling back. Mark said, working on a project tomorrow, make that money, brother. Absolutely. Absolutely. This channel is a nice little, put some pocket money in my pocket, but does not make enough to be self-sufficient. Not yet. Hopefully one day. Hopefully one day. Bridges has it up top to get it over to Clarkson. Because then I could really start making some things for you guys. Towns has it, backing down. They bring a double team. Towns along the right, in the right corner, inside to Josh Hart, kicks it out to Shamet. Shamet swing through to his right, scoop play with the right hand, got it to go. Landry Shamet, have yourself a night. The savior we didn't know we needed. Landry Shamet. Jaquez driving it down, puts up the righty hook, can't get it to go. Towns with the rebound, quick outlet to Josh Hart. He's putting his head down, he's attacking. Josh Hart, cross-court pass. Clarkson doesn't want to shoot that left corner three. Smart, takes smart shots, tries to get it over to Bridges, knocked into the backcourt. Bridges able to go back and recover it. 10 on the shot clock. We got to make something happen. Bridges bringing it down. Quick crossover to his right, kicks it out to Josh Hart. Catches, pump fakes, driving it down. Foul line, loses the handle. Fight for the loose ball. Jaquez picks it up. And now here come the Heat, bringing it down the other way. Norman Powell has it up top, being guarded by Bridges. Powell dancing with it on the right wing. Don't give him the open three. Cross court to Jaquez. Jaquez, he's going to fire the three. He's not known as a three-point shooter. Can't get it to go. Shamet with the rebound. He's bringing it down. Landry Shamet putting his head down, attacking, going all the way to the rim. Scoop lay with the right hand. Landry Shamet, have yourself a night, a career night for Landry Shamet as he hypes up the crowd. Who would have thought the hero we needed was Landry Shamet this whole time? 130, 116. 4:20 to go. George Jones said Shamet is wilding. Landry Shamet with 31 points. 31 for Landry Shamet. 36 for Towns. 15 for Bridges. 24 for Clarkson. 10 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, a triple-double for Josh Hart as Miami has called another full timeout. They only have one more remaining. The Knicks sitting with 3 timeouts remaining. David said, this is why you play Shamet over Deuce the other night. He does more. He can defend. Deuce is a better defender than Shamet, but Shamet has been in fuego. Listen, this is probably the best game we're ever going to see Landry Shamet play. I'd be surprised if he ever plays better than this, or if he even comes close to playing like this ever again. But we'll take it. We'll take it. This is an incredible night for Landry Shamet. I don't want to make anything about talking about the future of is he going to play too much? Whatever. I don't care. If he's playing like this, play him 1,000 minutes. I don't care. But there's a reason why Landry Shamet is a journeyman, swingman who had an unguaranteed contract in the preseason and had to work his way onto the roster, right? Power Stroke Syndicate said he just don't have it tonight. Congratulations, Nick. I don't know, Power Stroke Syndicate. I don't know. You guys played decently well. You had some open shots you didn't knock down for sure, but Norman Powell has 29 points. Jaime Jaquez has 21, 9, and 5. You guys played well. Your guys have played like they normally play. The Knicks have outplayed them tonight. I think Miami has had it. I think the Knicks have just had a little bit more. Wiggins out of the left corner for a three, can't get it to go. fight for the rebound, and Towns fouls Ware going for the rebound. And Ware comes down holding that right arm. You don't like to see that. Seems fine, just got to shake it off. The Knicks are in the bonus. Miami in the bonus? Miami's not in the bonus. Side out of bounds for Miami. Hey, Hazy said we're at 130 already, by the way. We are. You're right. 130 already, trying to get to that 140. You get it over to Davion Mitchell up top. Mitchell dancing with it. They get it over to Powell. Powell on the left wing, dancing with it against Shamet. A step back three, good defense. Didn't matter. Norman Powell knocks down the step back three anyway. Getting those 3 points right back. Back to an 11-point game. Josh Hart bringing it down. Josh Hart has it up top, being guarded by Khalil Ware. Josh Hart crosses over to his right. Kicks it in the corner to Bridges. Jab step coming to his left. Middle of the lane. Kicks it over to Shamet. Deep left corner pump fakes. Dancing with it against Powell. Shamet gets it over to Bridges. A left wing three. Well contested. Can't get it to go. Khalil Ware rips away a rebound. Here comes Jaime Jaquez quickly pushing it the other way. 3:30 to go. Jaquez down the lane. Euro steps, draws the foul on Bridges. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Kay Hazy said, can't imagine Garrison Matthews doing all this. Maybe. Listen, this may be the night of nights for Landry Shamet. Or maybe he's taking his Norman Powell leap. Maybe. Mark said Jaime was out of control. He got tripped up and grabbed. It's a foul. It's a foul on Bridges. He was going towards the basket. I don't think he was too much out of control. How he normally goes to the basket. Bodega Prime said, I root for dudes like Shamet. Absolutely. Listen, Miami Heat fans everywhere are going, really, we're going to lose to Landry Shamet tonight as Jaquez misses a free throw. We love when our opponents miss free throws. Time and time again, we'll never not love it. The Knicks have been on the opposite end multiple times of, as the Knicks call a full timeout here. The Knicks have been on the opposite end multiple times of the random role player getting hot and killing them that night. Right? We all remember Sandro Mamukelashvili the other last year, right? We all remember Mamukelashvili last year hitting like 10 threes against the Knicks and scoring 30 points. You remember that? The Fleas. What's up, Fleas? Happy to see you, my brother. Mark TV said, come on, finish this. Play smart. Absolutely. Look, man, they're not out of it. This is a NBA Cup game. Both of these teams are going to go right down to the wire, whether it's to win the game or it's to lower the point differential. Kevin K, my buddy. What's up, Kev? Chris Dino Osler. What's up, Chris? 65 points from the bench. Insane night from Landry Shamet. Even Jordan Clarkson with 24. But that's more normal for Jordan Clarkson. He's capable of that. We know he's capable of that. This is like one of the greatest Landry Shamet games of his entire life. Martin Moss. What's up, Martin? FMC123. What's up, FMC? Mark said 404 in the chat. Hit that like. Remind people to the like button. Appreciate you, Mark. Absolutely. If you're enjoying the show so far, go ahead, hit the like button. If you like what we do around here, go ahead, hit the subscribe button. We're live Monday through the weekend. 6 times a week we are live. Anthony Jeans, he said, I like the lead, but we give up too many points. They do. They got to work on the defense. Look, no Anunoby majority of the night. Robinson picked up 4 fouls, was in and out of the lineup because of it. Normal rotations were off. Jaquez missed the first one, misses the second one. Bridges able to snag the rebound, and now we're bringing it down the other way. Ball don't lie. Bridges has it up top. Being guarded by Davion Mitchell to get over to Towns, back to Bridges. Bridges coming to his right off the Towns rescreen. Clears the space to get it out to Clarkson. Clarkson quickly attacking to his right, gets down the lane, kicks it out. Shamet, another 3, line me up. Another 3 for Landry Shamet. 34 points for Landry Shamet. I need Landry Shamet to get a 40 ball. I need 40 points for Landry Shamet. I need it. I need it like I need oxygen. I need it like I need water. Davion Mitchell has it up top. Knicks in that zone. They get it over to Wiggins. Now up top to Mitchell. They swing it over to Powell. Powell, a deep left wing 3. A heave. He knocks it down, nothing but net. Norman Powell said, anything you can do, I can do better, buddy. 122-133, still an 11-point lead for the Knicks. Shamet bringing it down. Shamet gets it over to Bridges, wide open, goes along the baseline, kicks it out to Clarkson, a left corner 3 wide open, comes up short. Towns with the offensive rebound, battling for it. Powell able to knock it away, now he brings it down. Powell, left wing, is going to pull up over Shamet. Can't get it to go. Towns able to snag the rebound and save it over to Shamet. Landry Shamet all over the court. Calling Landry Shamet's name time and time again. 2:20 to go. Shamet has it on the right wing, being guarded by Powell, coming to his left. Shamet driving it down, draws the foul. Knicks in the bonus. He's going to the foul line for 2 free throws. I need Landry Shamet to not only be our leading scorer tonight, but I need him to get a 40 ball. I need a career night for Landry Shamet. AB said Landry Shamet is having the game of his life. Yes, he is. Cheesy with a subscription. Appreciate you, Cheesy. Hope you're having a good time tonight, brother. It's nice that the Knicks are on the other end of the random role player getting hot. Shamet is at the foul line. he can, if he knocks both of these down, he's going to tie Karl-Anthony Towns for being the leading scorer tonight. Towns scored 31 first half points. Shamet may end up being the leading scorer for the Knicks. Also, I'm slacking on my scoreboard. It is 34 after Landry Shamet knocked down the first one. 122. My apologies. 2:15 to go. Shamet knocked down the first one, knocks down the second one. Landry Shamet is tied for the leading scorer of the game with 36 points. Jaime Jaquez, in and out dribble against Shamet, has it at the foul line inside the Wiggins, throws up the floater along the baseline, gets it to go. Mikal Bridges bringing it down against Wiggins. Bridges coming to his left, get it over to Josh Hart. Josh Hart fakes the handoff, now up top to Bridges. Bridges being guarded by Jaquez. Under 2 minutes to go. We're past the 2-minute warning. Bridges on the left wing, attacking Khalil Ware. Step back, baseline pull-up jumper, can't get it to go. Norman Powell with the rebound, hit ahead to Davion Mitchell. Davion Mitchell bringing it down. In and out dribble, driving to his right. Stops, turns, pivots, spins, kicks it out to Wiggins. Wiggins being guarded by Towns on a mismatch. Wiggins going to look to take advantage. Loses the handle, fight for it. Wiggins almost out of bounds. Towns forced him to throw away. Bridges picks it off down the lane, goes up, gets fouled. No foul call, though. Clarkson smokes the layup, and now the Heat are bringing it down the other way. Where's my foul call? 1:17 to go. They get it out to Davion Mitchell, right wing three over Shamet, and he splashes it. That was an absolute foul. Hit him all over the forearm. Bridges should have been at the foul line for 2. Instead, Miami gets a 3 out of it. It's an 8-point game with a minute to go. Josh Hart does get it over the half-court line over to Bridges. They bring a double team. Bridges has it, and the Knicks call a timeout. Needed it to calm things down. Bridges also getting trapped at the half court line. 8-point game right now with 1 minute to go. Kenta said, would you trade Kolek for Ty Jerome? He plays nice for a backup PG. Yeah, I would make that trade 10 times out of 10, but Memphis is not making that trade. Unless Memphis starts selling off some pieces, then maybe. Maybe they may be interested, but they're definitely going to ask a lot more for Ty Jerome, who's in running for 6th man of the year last year. Chef Nick hold on, I got you. Apostolakos? What's up, Chef Nick? Knicks are cooking, brother. Good to see you. Good to see you, Chef. Good to see you, brother. Mark TV said Miami playing desperate. They only have a minute left. They're down by 8. They're not out of it. They're not out of it, I'll tell you that. Rated E for emotions. What's up, Rated E? I feel like it's been a while since I've seen you, my man. Romeo said, freaking refs, man. Yeah, they absolutely blew that call against Mikal Bridges. Clear as day, got smacked on the forearm. Also, though, Jordan Clarkson picked up that loose ball. You got to get that layup to go down. Absolutely have to get that layup to go down. What an incredible game, though. Amy Pachula said Mike Brown is looking like a genius with the sham game plan. I don't know if it was the game plan or if you just start riding the hot hand at some point. You just start riding the hot hand at some point. Kenta said, I didn't know he plays that well. I just saw the rumor and highlights. I mean, we'll see what happens, Kenta, about the Memphis Grizzlies. Their season is in turmoil. Bridges will inbound it. Get it into Towns. Towns gets fouled by Jaquez. The Knicks are in the bonus. Towns will go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Towns with 36, 10, and 4. Towns, for the most part, has played pretty smart here in the second half, not forcing it too much scoring-wise, looking for his own points. He's taking some wild shots, but he's been taking wild shots all night long. Towns knocks down the first free throw. Another one coming. Give me that 10-point lead back. Student said, this is what makes the Knicks dangerous. You never know exactly who is bringing the shovel to the pit, but you know. Yeah. I mean, this is why you build as deep of a team as possible. Because it could be the Landry Shamet night at any point. Could be the Jordan Clarkson night. Could be the Gershon Yabusele night. I'm sure we'll have one this year. I'm sure we'll have one. Davion Mitchell bringing it down after Towns knocked down both free throws. We're under a minute to go. Hawkes driving it down on Shamet. Stops, turns, spins, pivots, kicks it out to Davion Mitchell, driving it down, leaves it off to Khalil Ware, puts up the floater along the baseline, can't get it to go. Towns rips away another rebound, and Towns gets it out to Shamet. Shamet along the baseline, gets it over to Towns. Towns driving it down, draws the foul, can't get the floater to go, but it will go to the foul line for 2 free throws with 42 seconds to go. Towns, give me that 40 ball, Towns. Towns back to the foul line for 2. We can get the 40. He's not going to get the 50, but he can get me to 40. Hattie said crazy. Shamet 36 points. Hart triple-double. Yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely. Kenta said, I know they're in turmoil. Hope they're willing to trade Jerome. No way back to the game. Yeah, we'll see what happens with the Grizzlies as the season goes on. If they do get to that point, they won't trade guys like that until probably around February. As Towns misses a free throw, brother, you got to get to the 40 ball, Towns. You had 31 in the first half. I want to see you at least get 40. Hip Hop said, I'm out of here. Good win tonight. Appreciate you, Hip Hop. Appreciate you. Have a good night, man. Have a good night. Knicks are on their way to winning here tonight. Technical foul. Did Towns pick up the technical foul? Powell's at the foul line. Knocks it down. Karen said, Pistons up by 9 with 2 minutes to go. Talk about winning without your bigs. Wow, what an incredible win, Karen. What an incredible win. The delay of game technical. The Knicks already had a warning, so now they get the technical with the delay of game. Towns has his second free throw. Jason Sound, what's up, Jason? I've seen 13 points in 33 seconds. Let's not count anyone out. True. Very true. Towns does knock down the second free throw. At least he's got 39. Mitchell hands it off to Powell. A straightaway 3 off the handoff. Comes up short. Loose ball. Fight for it. Josh Hart rips it away because, of course, he does. Josh Hart quickly pushing it the other way. Josh Hart coming down the lane. Easy two-handed slam. Put the pin in it, Josh Hart. Exclamation point. Got that thing. Here comes Hawkes quickly trying to push the other way. He misses the finger roll layup. Wiggins misses the putback. Fight for the loose ball. It's going to stay with Miami. 22 seconds to go. Mark, a member for 13 months, over a year, Mark. Wow. Thank you, brother. Thank you for your generosity. We'll never forget the Shaman night. Absolutely, Mark. We'll always have the Landry Shaman night. Great call. They get it over to Hawkes, driving it down along the baseline. He's going to easily get the layup. The Knicks don't want to give him the foul, obviously. Knicks up by 10 still. Shaman quickly pushing it the other way. Going to pull it back out. Shaman, we need buckets to get over to Bridges. Bridges, the right wing 3, airballs it. Long rebound. Ware saves it. Over to Powell. Powell's going to break it down. Final 10. The Knicks are going to win this game, but it's about how much. Powell knocks down the layup. They cut it to 10. 140-130. Towns gets blocked. Josh Hart picks it up, doesn't get it off in time. He gets it to go, but he doesn't get it off in time, and that will be the end of the game. The Knicks end up winning by 10. Susan upping her membership for also almost a year. 11 months for Susan. Appreciate you, Susan. Appreciate the generosity from everybody tonight. My goodness. We've had multiple super chats. Now we got multiple memberships. Re-upping. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys so much. Thank you guys. You guys know I don't need any of that. I'm not going to ask you for any of that, but I very much appreciate it because it does help support the content. The more this channel makes, the more I can put into the channel. Everything this channel makes, every dollar this channel makes goes right back into making the channel better, right? None of this happens. None of the graphics, none of the scoreboards, none of this happens without, getting some financial compensation for spending the time, because we do this, I go right to bed, I wake up, I go to work, I come home from work, I shower, I eat, I come right back to doing games, right? I have no more free time because I'm taking this is essentially my second job it's becoming, right? So I appreciate all that you guys can give. With that being said, oh no, it's 132. I knew I had the score right. 132-140. The Knicks end up winning by 8. Could have been a little bit more than that. George Jones, appreciate you. Judge's dad, appreciate you. I see my man Judge's dad has been reading the descriptions. C. Tyler, my man, C. Tyler, appreciate you guys. Let's go around the league real quick. Before we sign off, let's go around the league as usual. As usual. Just short of the 200 I wanted. What'd they end up with? 140? A pretty good night. A pretty good night right there. The Magic did end up being the Nets. They kind of ran away with it at the end, probably from free throws. 39 points for Towns, 38 points for Norman Powell. We can go over the box scores as well. Here we go, right here. Zoom in so we can see easier. There we go. As for the Heat, Andrew Wiggins gave us one of those like, oh, he didn't really show up tonight. 6 for 18 from the field, 1 for 6 from 3. 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 turnovers. 36 minutes, he had 15 points. So not a great night from Andrew Wiggins. 15 for Khalil Ware, along with 10 rebounds. That's the kind of night you're going to get from Khalil Ware. Did he have a block? He had 3 blocks tonight. So solid night for Khalil Ware. He gave you what he's normally going to give you. Norman Powell had a fantastic night, 38 points for him. Davion Mitchell gave you what he's usually going to give you, 11 and 10. Great night for Davion Mitchell. Pell Larson gave you a lot, 14 points, 3 for 6 from three-point range. Thought he was also very active tonight. Jaime Jaquez was pretty damn good tonight, as usual. In 34 minutes, he gave you 23, 9 rebounds, 7 assists for Jaime Jaquez. Jovic, 3 points. Not a great night for Jovic. Same with Drew Smith, only 4 points tonight. Anonymous, appreciate you, Anonymous. I appreciate you, brother. Shake Luga, my man Shake, what's up? You go over to the New York Knicks. OG Anunoby played the first 2 minutes of the game and then left with the injury. This is going to tank his percentages. It's going to tank his overall stats. Playing only the 2 minutes. He scored, he played how many minutes? 5 minutes. He only scored the 2 points. So 39 points for Karl-Anthony Towns. Mitchell Robinson did not score, but he had 10 rebounds. How many of them offensive? 8 offensive rebounds. Insane. Mikal Bridges, 15 points tonight. 6 for 21. Did not shoot it well. 3 for 12 from three-point range. But did have the 7 steals. He was active all over the court for Mikal Bridges. Deuce McBride, 9 points for him. 3 rebounds, 4 assists. Pretty solid night for Deuce McBride. But the story of the night is obviously the 2 bench guards coming off the bench here tonight. Jordan Clarkson, 24 points. 6 for 13 from the field. 9 for 11 from the foul line. Knocked down 3 threes. This is everything you wanted to see from Jordan Clarkson. Landry Shamet, have yourself a night, brother. A career night for Landry Shamet. 12 for 19 from the floor. 6 for 12 from three-point range. 6 for 6 from the foul line. He got fouled on 2 3-point attempts. 2 rebounds, 3 assists. He was a plus 11. He played 37 minutes tonight. Wow. 34 minutes for Josh Hart, who ends the night with a triple-double. 12 points, 12 rebounds, 10 assists. Turnovers? 3 turnovers, not bad, not bad. A 3-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio, pretty damn good. Okay, he said, I think Richard is has a competing stream that no one shows up to. Oh, that's upsetting. Landry Shamet, Josh Hart, Jordan Clarkson off the bench. Have yourselves a night. My goodness, we did not see too much of Yabusele in the second half, but expect Yabusele more if OG Anunoby's going to have to miss some time. Incredible night from everybody all around. Incredible game. Miami went at it, toe-to-toe with New York. Like I tip my hat to the way Miami played tonight. Both of these teams missing very important stars. Miami with Bam and Hero. The Knicks with Jalen Brunson and OG Anunoby. Norman Powell and Karl-Anthony Towns substituted in as the stars of the night, and boy, did they substitute in as the stars of the night. Norman Powell with 38, Karl-Anthony Towns with 39. 39, 11, and 4 for Karl-Anthony Towns. Norman Powell only had 5 rebounds and no assists. My man was not looking to pass the ball, I'll tell you that. Hattie said, what's the injury news on OG? Strained hamstring? I don't think they've given us too much after that. Dutch B, what's up, Dutch B? Good win, guys. Thank you, Chevy. Catch you on Monday. Yeah, we will be back with the Knicks on Mondays. They they go on to take on Miami again on Monday, this time in Miami. So it's going to be another barn burner type of game as these 2 teams will go at it yet again. And we'll see if Landry Shamet has the same kind of night he had tonight, because we're going to need somebody else to step up as well. With that being said, real quick, we'll go around the league, although we just did that. But Rockets are going to pick up the victory against the Blazers. The Bucks up by 5 against the Hornets, but they'll probably pull away at some point. Kings Timberwolves are locked in a tight one. At the end of the third there, Lakers pulling away from the Pelicans to be expected. Clippers, Mavs in a tight one. Warriors, Spurs just tipped off. This is going to be a good game. Knicks beat the Heat, of course. Magic beat the Nets. And the Pistons did end up beating the 76ers. Wow. You want to speak a random role player stepping up for the Detroit Pistons. Javonte Green with 21 points. Ron Holland with 9, Paul Reed with 10, Duncan Robinson with 15, Dennis Jenkins with 19, Isaiah Stewart with 14 for LeVert off the bench. Wow. Impressive victory. Very impressive victory for the Detroit Pistons, and really tough loss for the Philadelphia 76ers. They had Maxey, they had Edgecombe, they have Quentin Grimes. Played 32 minutes, scored 9 points. Edgecombe with 18, Maxey with 31. Only 3 assists for Maxey. Is Detroit's defense just that good? We might have to tune into a Detroit game at some point here. Oof. Boy, oh boy, are they announcing themselves here in the Eastern Conference. Everybody said it was a 2-team run. And here the Pistons saying, nope, it's a 3-team run. But that's going to wrap it up. Let's go ahead and end our poll here. We will be doing Lakers-Bucks tomorrow night. Good game. I'll set it up. We'll get ready to go, and we'll be live 7:30 tomorrow. It's an 8 o'clock start time, I believe. As a matter of fact, we can double-check that right now before we sign off. It is a 8 o'clock start time. Yes, that's why we did it. So we got Lakers-Bucks tomorrow, 8 o'clock start time, which means we will be live at 7:30 to go through our pregame run as usual. So thank you guys for hanging out with me. And as always, shout out to all of the channel members, Angel A1 Jerome and Amy Mature and everybody. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me here tonight. If you want to see your name here on the list, you can become a member. It is very cheap. It is just a support tier. Probably more tiers added in the future for more things. Merch is on the way. We're working on it. Again, this is always a one-man band, so it's always very difficult to do things on myself, to do things on my own. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Simon said, with the law of average, Landry is going to have straight stinkers. Yeah, they're probably on the way. But you have to show love when the random role player steps up when you need him. Because Landry Shaman did exactly that. We needed it, and he showed up. No OG Anunoby as it goes down. We knew we were going to be without Jalen Brunson tonight. And Landry Shaman and Jordan Clarkson said, we got it. 2 veterans. We've been in situations like this before. We're ready to step up. Now, can they continue to step up, or will the Knicks have to do it by committee? I'm waiting for the Deuce McBride night where he has 20+. We got the Jordan Clarkson night. We got the Landry Shaman night. I'm waiting for the Yabusele night. Hopefully, we're going to get him eventually because, boy, oh boy, this team is deep. Much deeper than they were last year, and Mike Brown is utilizing those guys for sure. Anthony G&T becomes a member. Appreciate you, Anthony. Your name is going to be added to the list. Thank you for that. Thank you for your generosity from everybody. My goodness, thank you. Another successful stream. And, of course, we will be back tomorrow night to do it all over again. We will be off on Sunday, but we will be back on Monday for more Knicks basketball. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Remember, brush your teeth before bed, stay hydrated, and get a good night's sleep. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out, everybody. Good night. Bye.